going to have to depend on our quickness and our help defense, just knowing that we, if we do get beat, that we'll have some help on the backside. And we're going to have to really work on rebounding. That's one thing that we need to improve on. But we're just going to have to want that ball, and we're just going to have to go get it. But defensively, we're really going to have to just have quick feet and good help defense. And, I think that we'll get some people stopped that way.
Coach, and to support your system and your mindset, you have 4 seniors that have been able to really work over the last couple of years that you've been at the helm. Can you touch on how comfortable you feel with them running the offense, and in addition, how they've been able to help some of the younger players mature?
Yeah, we've got Macy Kotzman, Taylor Peterson, Caitlin Randall, and Skylar. They're all very good role models for the girls. They all work very hard every day in practice. Taylor has she's come back she had a knee injury as her freshman year. It takes a few years to get her confidence back. And I tell you what, just watching her play it's really fun, and knowing that she's out there playing strong. Macy is going to be our inside, and she just has every year she's developed into a better player. Caitlin and Skylar's our shooter. She, as soon as she gets her shot back, we know that she'll drain a 3 whenever we need it. And Caitlin is just always working hard in practice and doing a really good job. So I'm really proud of our seniors and how hard they work. And I know the girls all respect them, and they'll just do anything that they can to help them out.
Coach, upcoming matchup against Labette County, obviously Tristan Gegg, one of the best players in state at that guard position. Can you touch on what your girls will have to prepare for from the Grizzlies in order to come out with the first win of the season?
The thing about Tristan is that she can shoot just about from anywhere. She's also very quick on defense. She's got wonderful hands. Defensively, we're going to have to know where she's at on the floor. Offensively, we're going to have to keep track of her. She's just one of the best players. I know the girls they're always excited to play with her, against her. It's one of those things that you can say that you played against her. And of course, our goal is to keep her from scoring. And that's a personal goal of the girls that will be guarding her. But we know that Labette's going to be a really good team. They've got a very good coach. They're always well coached, well disciplined. They play a very, very aggressive defense, quick offense. So, we're excited to go out and play them and see if we can play that kind of ball too.
Once again, that was Martha Harper, head girls basketball coach of Frontenac High School. When we return to KWXD 103.5, we will have the head coach for the Labette County Grizzlies and Christy Snyder. You're listening to the home of Frontenac Athletics on 103.5 KWXD.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on the Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
throw line. Gegg clapping her hands at midcourt. Second attempt by Brackney is good. She goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. She now has 3 points. Ball is inbounded by Davis. She gets it over to Fields. Fields quickly marches past midcourt. She's in the front court. Now to the right short corner. She's double teamed by Gegg as well as Hellwig. Ball dumped off to a wide open Kotzman. Then Kotzman is able to generate contact against Hellwig. Hellwig picks up her first foul. The team's second, and that will put, once again, Kotzman at the free throw line. She is 1 of 2 to start this contest. Grizzlies currently lead by 7, 8-1, 4:48 remaining in the first frame of action. Kotzman sets the sphere to the front of her face, a little bit above chin level, and misses the first free throw attempt. Kotzman will have her second opportunity following the Hellwig foul. Second offering from Kotzman. High arcing free throw attempt does drop, as Macy Kotzman is currently 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Hellwig trying to increase the tempo of the offense. Ball is darted to the top of the key. Smith has it, finds Brackney down low in the post. She misses the front of her attempt. Rebounded quickly by Sorrell. Brackney has it, top of the key. She's inside the horseshoe. Swiftly moves the ball over to the left wing before it's broken up and stolen away by Peterson. Peterson, after coming up with the larceny attempt, dives right through the middle of the lane. The right-handed floater goes through the bottom of the nylon. So Peterson is able to etch her name into the scoring column. Her score is now 8-4. Grizzlies lead by those 4 points. Quick trigger three-point jump shot off to the right of the rim. Sorrell trying to come up with the offensive rebound. She does as she's falling away towards the baseline. She's able to save it and hit Brackney for the lay-in. And a great look by Sorrell. She comes up with the offensive board. Peterson inbounds it from the near side baseline as she gets it in to Fields. Fields finds Davis in the front court, standing on the claw of the Grizzly logo, and now a double dribble is called on Davis. It will be a turnover, the second turnover by Frontenac, and it will be a timeout used by head coach Christy Snyder of the Labette County Grizzlies. 3:49 remaining in the first quarter of action. 10-4 is the score. The Grizzlies lead by 6. We will step aside for 30 seconds to bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas.
From scoring the winning touchdown to walking in graduation, life is full of wonderful moments. But the best times can come with financial challenges, like paying for college or a room renovation. This is Brian Sutton, Market President of Commerce Bank in Pittsburgh. At Commerce, we make the harder stuff easy. Whatever your challenge is, we want to listen and help find solutions, so you can focus on the good stuff, like cheering on your favorite team. Check us out at commercebank.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter for tips on making the most of life. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
The Evolution welcomes you back to Altamont, Kansas. The Grizzlies, the hometown team, currently lead by 6. Camelina Avi Sharma with you. The Labette County Grizzlies with their white uniforms embellished with red numerals and letterings inbound from the far sideline. With the ball on the left wing, subbing in for the first time in this contest is Lacey Strickland. Strickland finds Bruckley down low, and it's a foul on the floor committed by the Raiders.
And Cameron, one thing that I've been noticing already is the Lady Raiders have had many opportunities to score. They just can't finish. You're getting a lot of great offensive rebounds, and they got to execute those by not getting those second chance points.
So initially Davis thought it was on her way up on the field goal attempt, so instead of free throws, it's an inbound. And Gegg has it about 3 feet away from the apex of the key. Ball is quickly moved over to the left wing. Ball dumped off and stolen away. Great read by Kotzman, the senior, galloping in transition, trying to generate contest. She misses the wide open transition right-handed layup. That's her dominant hand, but was unable to go. A senior for this club, much like 3 others on the squad for Coach Harper, and she said those 3 seniors are imperative to her team's success. Davis continues to scan as she prospects. She lobs the ball into the backcourt where Peterson set up. Left corner three-pointer from Davis does not go. Rebounded by Gegg. Gegg galloping in transition. She's tripped up on the break, loses the sphere, and it goes out of bounds. Gegg turns towards the official, who is towards the far side of the court in front of the Labette fan section, and she has to plead her case that she was tripped on the break. Karma Fields has it, and Fields maneuvers into the front court of play. She looks over towards the far side of the court where the streaking Peterson is at. Ball poked out of the hands of Fields. She's able to recover. Gegg, excellent defense. A very pestering defender, and she likes to hound ball handlers in the backcourt. with about 7 seconds in the backcourt, nearly a backcourt violation called. Great action from the right wing, a dump off pass to Kotzman. Kotzman was unable to convert at a point-blank range. Kotzman now 0 of 2 in the contest from the field. Strickland has it about 3 feet away from the top of the key as she darts towards the left side of the court. Up and under move underneath the basket by Faith Hosley, and then Hosley tries to go into traffic and she draws contact.
And Cameron, again, we've seen it on the offensive end. Frontenac has to finish their baskets to stay in this game. They have the wide open shots, and shots are not falling for them right now.
Well, it was a foul on the floor. And there will be a substitution in for the Frontenac Raiders. Coming in for the first time tonight is Lauren Harper. Helwig will inbound. She streaks it in as the 2-point jump shot mid-range attempt does not go from Hallie Bevins. So Bevins is unable to convert from the right elbow jump shot. Score right now, 10-4 still. Neither team have been able to score for about the last 3 minutes, and a foul on the floor committed by Strickland.
Strickland not too happy with getting called on that one. She thought it was a clean play, and it's going to be a hold on her, and that's going to be another foul against the Grizzlies.
So that will be the first personal foul on Strickland. She's quickly subbed out, and she will be favored for Peyton Smith once more.
Aubrey Sorrell also comes in for the Lady Grizzlies.
So those two starters back on the court is Davis with her black Nike shoes, dribbling with her right hand. She moves the ball over to the right wing, trying to spin out of trouble was Ginnivan. Ginnivan scoops the ball into the chest of Fields. Down low on the post, right hand hook shot by Harper does not go. It was a pretty move by Harper. Just took one power dribble to the middle of the lane and tried to float it over Sorrell's head. Did not go though. And a travel in transition. That was a pretty easy read on Peyton Smith. She was trying to gather herself in the left corner to chuck a shot up, and instead she dragged her back foot. Pressure by the Grizzlies zone. Coach Schneider harping on her girls to currently apply pressure. Ginnivan looks, she quickly dumps it off in the backcourt once more. Peterson's that skip pass over the timeline, and it's swatted out of bounds. It will remain Frontenac basketball as the Grizzly fan base decked out in their practice attire, currently cheering on their hometown Lady Grizzlies. 3-point jump shot, well short by Peterson. Ball is rebounded by Smith. Helwig slows down the cadence of the offense. She quickly swings it to the top of the key. Ball rotated to the right wing. Dump off pass to Sorrell. Sorrell attempted to save it. Nearly thrown away. Davis comes up with it. Davis pounding the ball with her left hand. Tries to swivel around. The pressure applied by Bevins. Bevins quickly backs off. Bevins seems to be a hybrid player, about 5'11" in height. Dive bombing inside is Ginnivan. She tries to get it over to the right corner where Davis was at, but a great steal attempt by Bevins, but she turns it right back over. And that's just a situation, Avi, where a young player in Bevins, just a junior with not a lot of starting time at the varsity level, is just taken surprise by the speedy varsity defender.
It seems she heard footsteps, Cameron, and that's what made her pull up, actually, from way away. She didn't know what to do, actually, but you're absolutely correct. You got to get your feet in the ground to learn and understand what it's like to be at the varsity level and to compete like that. And that's just some little minor things. Like we said, it's the second game of the season. You know, you got to get these jitters out of the way now because later on you're going to need to play very well.
Both teams scoreless for over 3.5 minutes at this rate. Ball inbounded into the backcourt. Handling the sphere right now is Fields. Fields trying to get some separation against Helwig. She used her left arm to gain space, but Helwig, great defense, strips the ball away. Smith has the ball in transition, dumps it off to the right wing. Gegg, dump off down low, and a great look to Brackney. Brackney is fouled, +1. Justice Brackney with an excellent finish through a thicket of Frontenac arms, but an even better look by Tristan Gegg in transition, not being selfish with the rock.
Yeah, that's just great ball vision by Greg as she saw it the whole way. And I tell you, Cam, Brackney, a 5'11" junior, that's the kind of person you want in the paint for you if you're the Lady Grizzlies.
So Brackney finally ends the cold spell for both sides with the and-one opportunity. The +1 on the free throw was well short of the rim. 56 remaining in this first quarter of play. 12-4 is the score. The ball is fastballed over to the left wing. Holding on to it is Jada Meyer, who subbed in recently. Davis finds Meyer again on the left wing. She's double teamed and she quickly works the ball back to the top of the key. With the rock right now, crossing over from right to left and trying to hold on to the basketball anxiously is Fields. Fields trying to gain some separation as Davis has it in the right corner. Bounce pass, up and under move by Baker. Baker finds Meyer on the left wing, ball poked out of the hands of Meyer. Great defense by Brackney. Despite being 5'11" and a post player, she has great defensive instincts on the perimeter and the speed to match.
Yeah, and it looks like a 2-3 defense here by Coach Schneider as the Grizzlies doing a great job, and there's a box-out rebound for him.
Harper trying to transition three, does not go. Brackney galloping down the floor, offhand finish is good. Brackney from the field is 4 of 4. She has 9 points in the ballgame. And a great look in transition by Hellwig as she was able to lay a dime into the chest of Brackney. Now Smith tied up with Meyer. Both players trip, but that will end the first quarter of action, and it's in favor of the hometown Grizzlies. They lead 14-4 in a stifling defensive effort on their home court. We will step aside for 30 seconds to bring you back more Frontenac Raiders action on 103.5, the X, the Evolution.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of 2 major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
You heard it there, Radio X 103.5, The Evolution, alongside Avi Sharma. I'm Cam Molina with Taylor back at our 103.5 studios. We are in Altamont, Kansas, where currently the Frontenac Lady Raiders, after 1 quarter of play, trail by 10 points. And Avi, speaking with Coach Schneider for this Lady Grizzly team, she said, hey, we can play up to 9, 10 different kids, and that's exactly what the Grizzlies elected to do. They brought in 3 subs, and they played great defense. Yeah, you just want to mix things up a little bit. Like I said, it's early in the season. You want to try different things, see what works out early for you, and that's what they're trying to do, and that's what's happening right now. Let's see if they mix it up later on in the quarters. And the Lady Grizzlies have found a lot of success in the post. And speaking of which, it's Brackney that goes back to the basket, a power dribble, but misses her point-blank range shot. She is now 4 of 5 from the field. That was her first mid on the night. Gegg finds Sorrell in the right corner following the inbound. Hellwig will set the low ball screen. Sorrell goes to the up and under in the lane. Step through, right-handed scoop shot goes through. So Sorrell now 2 of 2 from the field. She has 4 points, and it is now a 12-point lead for the Grizzlies. Right wing 3 drops, and the 3-point jump shot is swagged through by Skylar Baker. Coach Harper getting some much-needed support from her younger player in Baker. Ball cocked above the head of Brackney. Brackney swims the ball over to the right wing where Gegg goes to the right-hand floater. Too strong ball, tracked down and rebounded by Peterson. Peterson did a great job of keeping her eyes up and finding the sphere. Peterson on the break gets Gegg on her hip, and Gegg commits the foul. So Gegg was not positioned correctly defensively and was trying to play catch-up. Yeah, that's twice now. Gegg is trying to plead her case as she thinks that she's the innocent one, and she is not. Picks up another foul there, but on the other end of the court, she tried making up a shot. It was a tough shot. She had a couple ladies down low that was open, but instead took that tough shot. 16-7 is the score. Lady Grizzlies lead by 9. Ball is inbounded by Davis, easily read. Smith comes up with the steal. Left-hand shot goes up and in. So Peyton Smith getting into the scoring book even more so than she did in the first quarter of play. Now passing the timeline will be Davis. She hands it off to Peterson. Peterson is double teamed in the corner. This is not what Coach Harper wanted, and it's dangerous for a ball handler to immediately make a beeline towards the corner, but that's exactly what the Lady Raiders are doing. They seem very apprehensive with the basketball and uncomfortable at times. Crossover from right to left, trying to make some space for herself is Meyer. She hands off to Davis. She'll take 1-2 steps through the lane, and it's blocked. Hellwig comes up with the sphere. She looks up in transition. The signal caller for this Lady Grizzly basketball team looks down low to Brackney, and Brackney is fouled on her way up, and an emphatic turn back by Harper, but Harper made contact with the wrist slightly. Yeah, and I tell you, back to that pressure on the corner there that you mentioned, but the Lady Raiders are having, Cameron. What it is the Grizzlies are running a 1-2-2 press, and then they immediately get into a 2-3 defensively, and they would trap the bottom person anytime a pass goes in. First free throw does not drop for Brackney. She is now 1 of 4 this early afternoon. I tell you, that was actually a really good foul by Lauren Harper.
the junior. She had to face a tough player inside as Brackney makes the free throw just to get foul and make her earn the points.
Now Brackney enters the double-digit echelon with 10 points. A 1-2-2 press zone shown by the Grizzlies in the backcourt. Davis has the ball poked up into the air, somehow crossing the timeline with maybe half a second to spare as Peterson. Peterson is immediately entrapped. Wheeling inside is Ginnivan. Ginnivan's right-hand layup does not go as she leaves it just short. It's rolled around the front of the iron and careened off. In transition is Gegg. She's looking for the transition three. No, she goes inside. Left-hand floater. That one drops. That's Gegg's first basket of the night. That's smart. Don't settle for the deep three. Instead, let's take something easy, go to the left block and float it up. Score is 21-7. The Lady Raiders trail by 14, 5:51 remaining in the first half of action. We will keep it in Altamont, Kansas. Again, a quick recap alongside Avi Sharma. I'm Ken. Melina Taylor back at a 103.5 studios. In the first quarter of play, it was 14-4. However, there was about a 4-minute hiatus in terms of scoring, Avi. Great defense shown by the Lady Raiders, but so far in this second quarter of play, 7-3. Lady Grizzlies have had the scoring advantage in this second frame of play.
Yeah, the problem is, Cam, is that the Lady Raiders are getting the good shots that they want to take. They just can't finish right now. That's the problem. If they made half of their shots right now, we're looking at a 21-17 ball game. But the shots aren't just falling in. They're getting that offensive rebounds, and then the mental mistakes, Cameron. You cannot have those. I know it's a tough environment to play at, but you just can't have those mistakes.
Davis inbounds from the far baseline. Balls to Peterson. Davis tries to squeak the basketball in between two different Grizzlies defenders, Smith and Brackney. Ginnivan comes up to the basketball to try to enforce a jump ball call. That will be the decision. Possession arrow towards the Raiders. And Davis will inbound from the far sideline. Quickly trying to sub in before the horn sounds is Bevins. So Bevins will come in for Smith, who has 5 points in this contest. 21-7 is the score. Lady Grizzlies lead. Now Meyer and Baker will sub out as well, and they will be replaced by Bailey Rooms. In addition, coming back onto the floor is Fields. Rooms has it about 3 steps away from the right portion of the top of the arc. Ginnivan gets the ball to the right block. A good look by Davis, and a low post opportunity squandered. Gegg pushes the ball in transition. Strickland unable to handle it on the break, and she runs with the sphere and touches the baseline. That is out of bounds. It will be Frontenac basketball. Davis flips the basketball inbounds. Peterson controlling the sphere currently. She's waiting for some help. Ball skipped over the top of the zone, shown by the Lady Grizzlies, and wide open is Bria Ginnivan. Ginnivan cannot score. Rebound is coveted by Davis, and Davis goes back up and draws contact and a foul.
I tell you, Cam, I think Coach Harper just made the perfect play to run through that press defense. That was a well-executed passing display there by the Lady Raiders. But again, inside, Cameron, they cannot finish as Davis was the one that got fouled, and now she'll throw it in.
Davis inbound to the far baseline. She gets it into the left corner. Operating with the sphere is Peterson. Peterson escorts the ball to the top of the key. Fields has it. Fields interchanges with Room. Ball to the left corner. Davis chucks up a 3, and she gets it. A beautiful high arcing 3 by Maddie Davis. She's 1 of 1 from deep tonight. 1 of 2 from the field in this contest. 3 points and an assist. Right block in transition is Brackney. Brackney goes straight into the chest of Ginnivan, and it will be an offensive foul by the Lady Grizzlies, and that's met with a resounding boo from the student section of the Grizzlies, all decked out in their red attire. The black-cladded Frontenac Raiders inbound the basketball. Davis has it at the point. Ball shifted over to the left wing. Trying to stroll inside as Fields makes a smart one-handed pass to the right wing. Trying to gain some separation is Peterson. Back to Fields. She loses a handle on the basketball. And the 2-3 zone, or rather the 2-1-2 zone shown by the Grizzlies, providing fits for this Frontenac team. Right corner is Peterson, and the ball is stolen away. Excellent read by Brackney as she was able to front Ginnivan and strip the basketball away. Gegg she crosses the logo at center court. Ball is to the right corner. Ball cocked above the head of Bevins. She gets it over to the Gegg again. Gegg forfeits the basketball to the top of the key where Hellwig's at. Right wing, jabs it from the left side by Bevins. Bevins wants to set a high ball screen. Sorrell has it, left elbow, diving inside, and now a right-hand finish with contact, but no foul. It's Justice Brackney.
Beautiful, beautiful ball movement, Cameron.
And that could be said no better way, Avi. Just gorgeous ball movement. And in transition, ball is thrown away by Rim, stolen by Brackney, and a defensive foul by Ginnivan. That's a frustration foul, 1, but 2 to play devil's advocate, that could be a smart foul by Ginnivan trying to stop the transition play of the Grizzlies as they lead by 13, 23-10.
I agree with you, Cameron. I think that was definitely a frustration foul right there. Is just basically stopping the fast break because this Lady Grizzly team is finding the passes. And I tell you, having that leadership in Caitlin Hellwig to just keep looking for the next pass or the next player to be open is just a phenomenal point guard.
3:45 remaining in the first half of action. Sherrill has it, left elbow extended, high ball screen set. Gegg comes off the screen, high arcing three-point jump shot, swirls around and in. Tristan Gegg gets her first three-pointer of the night. That has been sorely missed by Coach Snyder. Pressure in the backcourt, still to come. Davis double team. She tries to hike the ball above her head. Pining for the steal is Smith. She gets it off to Gegg in transition, and an easy layup by Gegg, unabated. Gegg now with 7 points in this contest. Now the game's starting to get ugly. An 18-point lead for the Lady Grizzlies. Davis on the right wing. She'll find Field. She goes right into the body of Sorrell. No foul called. Smith is able to dodge Peterson on the break. She keeps it herself. Dump off around her head. She kind of cocked it above her head and tried to throw sidearm behind her ponytail, but instead it's broken up on the break by Rooms. Out of bounds. Will be an inbounds for the Lady Grizzlies on the near side baseline. Substitution for the Grizzlies. Sorrell comes out, and Bevins will sub back in. And Coach Snyder not afraid to put her subs in. Right corner. Wide open is Hellwig, but a good closeout by Davis. Bevins was open as she squared up on Ginnivan, but a foul from behind. And the size really favoring this Labette County team. When I spoke with Coach Harper, she said, hey, we will have to execute the zone to perfection if we want any chance at staying neck to neck, shoulder to shoulder with this Grizzly team. And with that foul, that is the 17th foul committed by the Lady Raiders, making it a one-on-one situation for Labette County. The first and only shot for Bevins is no good. She is 0 of 1 on the night. Davis steps on the giant Grizzly paw print at center court, which is filled with the yellow color. Inside, Davis had a little bit of room. She tried to spike the ball off the window to get it to fall through, but instead it's rebounded by Gegg. Gegg, outlet pass. She tried to find Bevins, who was cutting right through the middle of the key, but instead she is unable to corral it, and it's out of bounds. 28-10 the score, 2:45 left in this first half of play.
Cam, I tell you, Frontenac wants to keep scoring. Maddie Davis is the one they got to get it to. Davis looks like she's the one that wants to take control of this team.
So the 1-2-2 zone still in effect, and now it's even into the front court of the Grizzlies side. Ginnivan, power dribble, goes inside, and a great move by Ginnivan. That is a savvy, wily move by Ginnivan as she caught the ball on the right block, power dribble inside, had Bevins on her right hip, tossed it up with the left hand, and fought through contact. Picturesque. Yeah,
and I tell you, it felt good that Ginnivan got a shot that made it, because it looked like all of her shots have been absolutely good today, but they've just bounced out. It's been the rough one. So that's a good one for Ginnivan to give her confidence back up as she misses the and one.
So the and one attempt is no good, and now a jump ball opportunity as Ginnivan will hit the deck. She was the one at the free throw line. You rarely expect the free throw shooter to dive for a second chance opportunity, but it just shows her grit and the demeanor she has. 28-12 the score, 16-point lead for the Grizzlies. 2:20 remaining in the first half of action. Hellwig darts the ball over to the left wing. Gegg, no hesitation as she's able to hit the three-point jump shot. She now has 10 points in the ball game, and that's a speedy 10 points all in this second quarter of play. Peterson has it about 5 to 6 feet away from the top of the arc. Ginnivan, left short corner over to the Fields. Fields tries to curl inside of the arc. Three-point jump shot way too strong from the right wing by Peterson. She is visually frustrated as she wipes the brow and keeps her head down.
Ginnivan not happy with that foul called on her. That they called an offensive push on her as she tried to jump over the player in front of her. That's going to be Ginnivan's third foul of the game, Cameron, early in the first half.
So Ginnivan with 3 fouls in this contest, and she has been a calming, soothing voice and has been very vigilant on the court in terms of what correction this team needs to make for her teammates. Free throw attempt by Smith rattles through. Smith now with 6 points. This will be her first pair of free throw attempts in the contest. Mosley boxes out, but it doesn't matter. Smith goes 2 and 2. She now has 7 in the ball game. 33-12 is the score. A 21-point lead. Peterson has it in the backcourt. Pressure still shown by the Grizzlies. Fields dribbling with the left hand. She crosses over to the right. Now tries to spin out. As she pivots, she chucks the ball into the middle of the court. Somehow coming up with it is Peterson. Gets it over to the left block, working with the sphere momentarily with Macy Kotzman. Then gets it to Davis. Davis left short corner, 2 is good. So Davis is able to knock it down. She now has 5 points in the ball game. 1 of 2 from 2-point range, 1 of 1 from deep. Ball stolen away by Davis. The ball was deflected by Fields to the post. Davis galloping in transition as she marches ahead. She moves further away from the basket, but she draws enough contact from the defender in Strickland to force her to go to the free throw line.
And again, Cameron, that's Maddie Davis taking over this team, doing it all. I mean, she had scored first, came on the defensive end, gets a steal, and then comes back and tries to get another basket. Just a great job by the effort by Maddie Davis.
And Davis with a rainbow free throw. It went above the backboard and then dropped through. That was a beauty.
About 1:23 on the clock. 33-15, and I tell you, this Lady Grizzlies, they are putting the pressure on these Lady Raiders.
Davis goes 2 of 2 from the stripe. She now has 7 points in the ball game. Ball darted down low, and an excellent move from Sorrell in the right corner. The center finds the power forward in Brackney, and Brackney now 7 of 6 from the field. Jump pass over the head of Strickland, right wing with it. Picking up her dribble now, trying to wade away the defenders is Caitlin Randall, who just checked in. Ball swiftly move over to Strickland, cutting is Sorrell. Ball stolen away. Great read by Randall to get back defensively. Davis has it, left wing, tries to plow inside as she barrels to the lane. She draws the foul. She'll head to the free throw line.
And I tell you, Davis just bullied her way in as we have a lost shoe on the floor there. Not sure which Lady Raider. Seems that Kotzman had the lost shoe there as Davis actually plowed into her too. It didn't matter who was in her way. She was doing whatever she can to get to the basket.
She had no regard for who was in her way in that situation. 35-16 is the score. A 19-point lead for this Frontenac team.
And Cameron, that's the thing about...
I beg your pardon, this Lady Grizzly team.
Is the missed free throw by Davis. That's the thing about both of these offenses. They're trying to go fast-paced. They're using that up-tempo, and it's just not working out sometimes because you're seeing a lot of sloppy turnovers, a lot of bad decisions by both teams. That's what's causing these girls to go back and forth.
Davis now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Here's her 4th attempt on the evening. She leaves it short, now 2 of 4 in the contest. Ball is loose, touching the far baseline, attempting to save the basketball on a diving attempt was Baker. 47-6 remaining in the first half of action, a 19-point lead for the hometown Grizzlies. Hellwig dribbles as she stands on the paw logo at midcourt. It's more of a mustard yellow for the Grizzlies paw logo at midcourt. Bounce pass to the right wing with the sphere currently is Smith. Smith dumps it off right corner. Brackney looks for Sorrell. She goes with an up and under step through. Right-handed floater does not go. And the off-kilter shot actually had an opportunity to go in, but there was no backboard use. Right wing 3, chucked up into the air, left short as it skims off the orange between the right side of the rim and the backboard. Ball is rebounded by Brackney. In transition, ball is darted from Michaela Forbes, who subbed in, to Brackney. Brackney finds Sorrell, right back to Brackney, and Brackney is excuse me. It is a foul committed by Kotzman, but I thought Brackney dragged the back right foot.
I also thought the same thing, Cameron, but regardless, it's going to put Brackney back to the free throw line. Another opportunity to get some points on the free throw line, but she's struggled so far from the charity stripe.
Brackney leads all scorers with 12 points. Gegg right behind her with 10. Subbing out is Kotzman. Kotzman, 2 points in this contest off of the free throw line.
The junior Caitlin Sellers comes in for her.
6 seconds left in the first half. Brackney's free throw attempt. That one lurches through. This will be her 7th attempt from the free throw line on the night.
6 seconds left, Cameron. You know Maddie Davis has to get the ball for the Lady Raiders here to get that last shot.
Brackney 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the ball game, 4 of 7. Fields has it in the backcourt, passes it back to Peterson. Peterson is going to have to hoist it up. It's popped out of her hands, and the shot is not off in time. So at the intermission, all Lady Grizzlies 37-16 in what was a huge second quarter scoring montage by Coach Snyder's group. They add 23 second quarter points compared to the 12 points of the Lady Raiders. We will step aside for 2 minutes to bring you the halftime report. We will go over first half stats as well as a look into the second half of play. You're listening to the home of Frontenac Athletics on 103.5 The X, The Evolution.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
At Wells Fargo Advisors, we found clients appreciate a planning process that adjusts to the twists and turns of their life. If you're rethinking your life goals, the Envision process can help you try on your ideas before committing to them. Maybe you're thinking about retiring early or starting your own business. Your Envision plan can tell you how adding a goal could affect your ability to reach your objectives. For more information, call Shane Peak today at 620-232-3120. That's 620-232-3120. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, member SIPC.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
And we welcome you back to Radio X 103.5, The Evolution, alongside Avi Sharma. I'm Cam Molina. This is the halftime report. At intermission, the score 37-16. The hometown Lady Grizzlies lead by 21 points. Avi, in that first half of action, Tristan Gegg did a fantastic job pairing up with her front court mate and Justice Brackney. The two combined for 24 first half points. A phenomenal outing for those two.
Yeah, it seemed like at first Gegg was having a hard time getting on the board. The first quarter, she was cold. In fact, she didn't even score in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, Cameron, it's just a snap of the finger, and just like that, Gegg catches heat. And she scored 10 points in that second quarter. And then I can't say enough about Justice Brackney. She is down low making phenomenal moves and just being a beast down low, scoring when needed.
When you look at this Labette County team, they have far more size than the Lady Raiders. Not by much, but more so their assertiveness has been on display tonight. Brackney and Sorrell have combined for 18 points, 14 for Brackney, 4 for Sorrell. But how about the passing in the low post, too? Guards are not afraid to look down low for Brackney. Sorrell's done a great job in that high post position, looking for the diving Brackney. It's been a great overall team effort. They've been extremely assertive.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like these Lady Grizzlies, they want to make the next pass before even thinking about shooting. They want to make sure it's an easy attempt for their teammate to make a shot. And I tell you, I told you earlier in the game, Caitlin Hellwig is a great point guard by doing that. She always looks for the very next pass or the next person to be open. And then when Aubrey Sorrell comes up top, like you mentioned, that's the first thing she does. She immediately catches the ball and looks right down low to Brackney to get the bucket.
When we talk about the Raiders, in the first quarter of play, this team trailed just by 6 points with about 2 minutes left in the first round of action. It was 10-4 at that point. The Lady Raiders seemed right in the thicket of things, but to close out the first quarter of action, it was a 4-0 run. That may not seem like a lot, but a lot of that momentum carried into the second quarter of play, and the Grizzlies really started to work out their offensive miscue kinks. And then for this for this Lady Raider team, they did a great job of looking towards the low post. However, some of those attempts just did not drop. Rhea Ginnivan had a good look on several occasions. She's 1 of 4 from the field after first half of play, 2 points and 3 rebounds. She's been a very soothing force on the court for this Raiders team. In addition, Maddie Davis, who went 2 of 3 from the floor in the first half of play, also has 7 points. So those two upperclassmen doing a great job pacing their respective clubs, but now it's up for the rest of the younger players to step up.
Yeah, and Cameron, one thing I'll say about the Lady Raiders, just keep shooting. You know, it was a great, they shot perfect shots, it just wasn't falling. It was bad luck on their end, as they had great opportunities, but they just couldn't execute. But yeah, like I said, just keep shooting. You know, Maddie Davis is being that leader on the team, taking the control. But, you know, like you said, Bria Ginnivan, she had great shots, great opportunities, giving her other teammates chances. It just weren't falling, and that's what happens in the game of basketball. You have hot days and you have cold days, and this is obviously one of them for the Lady Raiders.
Here are all the scores from the first half of action for the Lady Raiders. Skylar Baker, I beg your pardon, has 3 points, 7 points from Maddie Davis. Karma Fields went 0 of 3 from deep, 0 points. Bria Ginnivan 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Taylor Peterson 1 of 1 from the floor, 0 of 1 from deep, 2 points and a rebound. Macy Kotzman 0 of 2 from the floor, but 2 of 4 from the free throw line. She ended up with 2 points after 1 half of action. Tristan Gegg, 10 points all in the second quarter of play. She's 2 of 3 from downtown. In total, 4 of 6 from the floor. That's 66% on the evening, including 1 assist. Peyton Smith in the ball game, 7 points. Justice Brackney, 14 points. Aubrey Sorrell with 4 points, a couple assists, and a couple of rebounds. 3:30 remaining before the second half of action. Both boys clubs currently warming up, and we will go ahead and step aside for 2 minutes and bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of Crimson and Gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburgh State University.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
After 3 decades. Whether it be a car, truck, or SUV, Bittner Motors will warranty all their vehicles 100% for parts and service. And if you can't find what you're looking for on the lot, they will find it for you. Bittner Motors, 1018 North Broadway, Pittsburgh.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
And we welcome you back once again to Altamont, Kansas. Avi Sharma, Taylor, and Cam Molina with you. 37-16 at the break. Lady Grizzlies lead at home in front of a fan section that has been rowdy all evening. Avi in the first half of action. Tristan Gegg as well as Justice Brackney combined for 24 first half points. That seems to have been really pacing this Grizzlies team. However, the second unit, the platoon swap that we have seen from Coach Snyder has really paid dividends. We've seen Strickland, Hosley, and Bevins get valuable minutes, and they've all been doing an excellent job defensively.
Yeah, Cam, it seems that the Lady Grizzlies have been doing a good job, like you mentioned, the platoon swapping out. And that's just the experience that Coach Snyder has, is giving these other girls opportunities. We've seen many times that Haley Bevins came in. She's a junior, but she is 6 foot, and she's leading the charge at defense. She's at the point. What do you do with the 6 foot guard at the point defending you all the way on the top of the key. You know, it's just the smart strategies that they have, and that's what's been so successful by causing problems for these Lady Raiders.
Problems in the form that has manifested to a 21-point edge for the Lady Grizzlies. This Lady Grizzly team last season went 18-6, and they ended up going to state but falling in state, losing to Circle. And they have a lot of different kids at different positions this year, according to Coach Snyder, and really are looking to win a title this year as a spinning, twirling Fields tries to attack down the right short corner. Ball poked out of the hands of Hellwig by Peterson. It will remain Lady Grizzly basketball as to begin the second half of action. Coach Snyder's group will be going from right to left on your radio dial offensively. Hellwig races her left dish, already initiating the play. Already Sorrell and Brackney at the elbows respectively.
Wow.
Three-point jump shot balls from Gang, and that just seems seamless. A beautiful high-arcing three-point jump shot falls without any second look. Ginnivan's pass is broken up and stolen away. Coming away with the pilfering move is Smith. Smith finds Sorrell. She's in the right corner and walked with the basketball.
Cameron, I'm still stunned by Gag just pulling up and letting it fly. That's incredible.
It was a great play design by Coach Snyder. They brought both forwards to the elbow, so the Raiders' attention were on those two front court players at the free throw line, which brought up as well the Raiders' front court players. And then all Gegg had to do was run a quick curl and get open on the left wing after a down screen. Left short corner two by Peterson, goes long, rebounded by Gegg. Gegg not wasting any time as she stampedes in transition. Dumps off right hand, polished, finished by Sorrell. Sabri Sorrell now with 6 points in the ballgame. Ball stolen by Brackney, and I feel like I'm saying that very often now. The Raiders, a very hectic pace. Gegg tries to go with the quick trigger three, does not fall. Brackney nearly had the offensive rebound, but she and Smith were battling for the offensive rebound. They were on the exact same team, and the ball squirts out of play. It will be Lady Raider basketball. Davis will inbound from the far baseline as she gives it to Fields. Fields gives it right back, and a little bit of two-man action in the backcourt. Davis cocks the ball above her head, and as she rifles it over to the left wing, the ball is a skip pass over to the right short corner. Ginnivan tries to go inside, misses Peterson, left hand skip shot goes in. Peterson now with 4 points in the contest. Brackney not wasting any time. She's in the right corner. Sorrell tries to bruise her way down inside of the key. She misses the shot from about 1 foot away. Peterson comes up with the rebound. Right wing is Fields. She looks down low. Scrimming to the basketball, the high post. Now the left elbow is Harper diving with the basketball, chucking it up with her right hand, but not getting the fall as Peterson. Peterson offensive rebound. She goes right to Brackney, draws the contact, and will head to the strike.
I tell you, Frontec's been very aggressive this beginning of the third quarter, and that's exactly what you want if your coach Harper and company is they're making more effort and then wanting to drive to the basket.
It was a great job by Peterson chasing and tracking down her own shot. She missed the front attempt, but then nabbed the offensive rebound, went right to Brackney to draw the contact. To Sorrell will check out. She has her index, or rather her ring and middle finger wrapped on her right hand with athletic tape. Peterson misses her first free throw, but her second free throw also does not go. She's 0-2 from the free throw line. Ball pushed in transition, slowing down the cadence of the offense is Smith. Gegg has it after the pass from Brackney from the left corner to the left wing. Gegg, a beautiful bounce pass. She splits two defenders. Left wing three from Hellwig. She leaves it short. She's trying to track down her offensive rebound, but Peterson ends up coming up with it. She bumps into Smith, and that will be a foul on the Lady Grizzlies. Peterson now with 3 rebounds, 2 in this third quarter of play. 5:31 remaining in the third quarter of play. 42-18 is the score. Fields, a methodical approach as she's wearing her compression shin guards and knee guards. Ginnivan has it at the top of the key. She finds Harper at the free throw line after the high post miscue. Ginnivan is slow to get up as she was rolled on top of by Strickland. And Ginnivan slow to get up as she is hunched over on the court, slow to get up, and she is grimacing at midcourt. She's taking a second to compose herself.
She took a knee to the head there, Cameron. It looked like it was a diving body from not only Ginnivan, but another Lady Raider, and then I believe she ran into the knee of Haley Bevins, and that's what caused the injury.
So Bevins, as you said, I think, and this was all completely involuntary, had her knee up as she was sliding for the basketball to recover it, made contact with the head of Ginnivan, and I think she's being evaluated on the sideline. She subs out. Coming in is Baker. Ball to the left wing, Gegg. No hesitation. The three-pointer goes in and out. Ball ripped away by Davis. Good rebound by Davis, and she is showing a lot of fight and grit in this contest. She has 7 points. Harper, left elbow. She goes inside, tries to go with the right hook, and it goes. Harper, an excellent move as she maneuvered her way inside, and as she navigated in between Brackney and another Grizzly defender, she felt the contact and went up with the right-hand shot.
That's just good strength inside by Harper to finish in there, and she misses the and one, rebounded by Bevins.
Bevins comes up with the board, but either way, a good move by Harper. That is a second foul by Brackney. Harper pokes the ball up to the air. They tied up Baker and Brackney, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brackney. 42-20 is the score. The Grizzlies lead by 22 points, under 4:45 remaining in the third quarter of play. Peterson swiftly moves the ball over to the right wing. Davis has it now on the right wing as the Raiders make their way past the half-court line. Three-point jump shot from Peterson is an air ball, and that looks like an over-the-back call against Fields. And no, it will be a foul on the floor committed by the Grizzlies. It will be on Hellwig, which is interesting because Hellwig had the initial position, but then Fields jumped up and went on top of the back with her back on the back of Hellwig and almost knocked Hellwig to the floor. Davis is inbounding from the left side of the goal on the baseline. She gets it into Peterson, right back to Davis in the right corner. Davis shows an up fake, lobs it up to Harper at the free throw line, and is able to notch a two-point jump shot. So the high post mid-range deuce goes. Harper now with 4 points in the contest. Immediately moving down court is Hellwig. Hellwig has it on the left wing. She'll think better of taking a wide open shot, raises her right fist. The play is now in motion. Gegg, high ball screen sent by Brackney. Gegg goes inside, tries to kick it out to the left wing where Smith was wide open, but instead it's a foul on the Lady Raiders on the floor, and it will be on Fields.
And Cameron, some good news for the Lady Raiders is Bria Ginnivan is back on the bench. So good to see that the injury was just a minor one.
Gegg inbounds over the head of Fields. Sorrell has it. Flashing up is Gegg. No hesitation, three-pointer, and that was silky smooth as she swacks it in. Gegg, so talented with that outside shot. She is 4 of 5 from deep in the contest. Right-hand floater on the near baseline by Peterson does not drop. Peterson has struggled tonight.
Look out.
Another left corner three, and that one sinks through. Again, Gegg now starting to heat up. She's 5 of 6 from downtown in this contest. She has 19 points, near throwaway by Davis. Ball, cross-court pass, back to the top of the key. Davis, three-pointer off the heel of the iron, bounces off Brackney with the rebound. Brackney dumps it off to Hellwig. Hellwig in transition is able to slash it in between the middle of the lane to the cutting Smith, and Smith finishes with a strong hand. And the score 50-22 now, nearly a 30-point edge. Davis pressure in the backcourt. Baker left wing hesitates on the three-point jump shot. Pass fake left wing, tries to go with the pull-up air balls. Peterson with the rebound. Another two-pointer by Baker. Bounces off the backside of the iron, kisses the lip of the orange, falls off. And now it will be a tangle up of bodies as it is Baker and Harper who get tied up with another Grizzly, but a timeout is used by the Lady Raiders before the tie-up. 50-22 is the score under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Grizzlies lead by 20. We'll be back in 30 seconds with your home of Raider basketball.
Having a confident smile can change everything, and Invisalign makes that decision easy because you can have a stunning smile without most people even knowing you're going through treatment. Saya Smile Center is proud to be a premier provider of Invisalign. Your Invisalign treatment will consist of a series of aligners that you switch out every 2 weeks. Each aligner will gradually shift your teeth perfectly into place, giving you the smile you always dreamed of. Call Saya Smile Center today for your no-cost consultation. Saya Smile Center, 4095 Parkview Drive in Frontenac, 620-231-7242.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
13 third quarter points for the Grizzlies makes it 50-22 at home, but this homestand has been paced by Tristan Gegg with 19 points. Right corner is Davis. She picks up her dribble and she's able to escort the ball over to Fields. Ball's poked loose. Gegg, a hounding defender. The Bloodhound trying to dive onto the hardwood and come up with the turnover, but instead a whistle is blown. It will be called on Fields. And Gegg wanted the play to continue to happen because she had a streaking Smith coming from midcourt, so it would have been an easy dump off and lay-in. Gegg, a recent verbal commit to Pittsburgh State. Congratulations to her as she will play under Coach Lord next season in a very talented Pittsburgh State bunch. With the sphere is Hosley. Hosley throws it away. Steal by Davis. She splits two defenders. Ball poked out from behind by Gegg. Fields tries to track it down, but instead it is Hosley who comes up with it, and a whistle is blown. And it will be a travel by Hosley, so Frontenac will inbound Davis, left side of the hoop on the near baseline. Harper has it, 3-foot jump shot, does not go in. That's just a little flick that you have to convert on. Harper now 2 or 3 in the contest. Gegg pushes the ball to the right short corner where Brackney is at. She has 14 points in the ball game. High ball screen set by Brackney. 3-pointer from Gegg. Swirls off the rim and a hard spike. Rebounded by Baker. Baker loses it. Brackney comes in with the offensive rebound. Left corner, 3 ball is up. Does not go down. Still loose. Hosley had it for a second, but ultimately Fields comes up with the rebound. In transition is Field, right hand, and she loses her handle on the spear and throws it away. It will be Grizzly basketball.
And it's the mental mistakes again, Cameron. Can't have those, as that's exactly what happened. You see a little bit of frustration here as we have a substitution for the Lady Grizzlies. It looks like Michaela Forbes is going to come in for Gegg.
So Forbes comes in for Gegg, as you mentioned, Avi. And one underrated trait of this Grizzlies team that has made an impact, the offensive rebounding, the second chance opportunities.
Yeah, when you got two dominant forces in Brackney and Sorrell down low who, Cameron, get this, they're normally the first 2 ladies down the court on fast breaks. That's why they get those second chances.
Smith has the ball on the left wing following the pass from Forbes. Forbes has it with the red Nikes. She dashes it over to the right wing where Strickland's at. Power dribbling down low is Hosley. She flips it up right-handed to the ball. So Hosley finally able to enter the scorebook. 52-22 the score, a 30-point lead for the Grizzlies at home. Peterson goes right down the lane and a foul on the floor. Hosley tried to step up and take the charge, but her feet were still shuffling. And a correction, it will be on Forbes, although it was Hosley, I think, who committed the foul. Hellwig will sub in as Bevins also will flank her. Coming into the contest, Brackney and Smith will sub out. Inbounding is Peterson from the right side of underneath the hoop on the baseline. Ball is quickly moved by Baker to the right wing. Above the head pass, baseball pass look from the right wing to the top of the key. 3-point jump shot by Baker falls. Baker now with 6 points in this ball game, all from deep. Forbes has it. She quickly moves the ball to the top of the key from the crown of the key. Moving it is Bevins. Hosley has it at the point. She moves over to Forbes. Forbes dumps it off into the right corner. Up and under move by Hellwig as she tries to gain some separation from Ginnivan. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter, 52-25 is the score. Ball in the hands of Hosley. She scorches it over to the right wing. Looking to get the ball out of her mids is Forbes. She'll find a wide open Bevins. Left wing Strickland. Ball being worked around beautifully by this Lady Grizzly team. Harper reads the pass and is able to tip it away. Stolen by Baker in transition. Ginnivan goes right into the body of Bevins. I beg your pardon, Hosley, and it's a foul. It will be committed by the Lady Grizzlies, and Ginnivan will have a pair of free throws.
So Cameron, on the other end of the court there, what it was the Grizzlies going against a 2-3 defense. They had the baseline. They had Hellwig going back and forth. They didn't have a primary 3-point shooter out there, so they were trying to find something on the inside. So that's a great defensive stand by the Lady Raiders.
Ginnivan knocks in her first free throw of the evening. She is now 1 of 2 tonight. Make it 2 of 3. Now has 4 points and 3 rebounds in this contest. Strickland in transition will find the quarterback of this basketball team in Hellwig. Moving it back, Hosley to Hellwig. Her left corner 3 does not go. Ball is rebounded by Bevins. The wiry Bevins comes down with the ball and tries to fork it over to the right short corner. where the standing Forbes was at, but Forbes loses it off of her right shin. It goes out of bounds. 52-27 is the score. 20 seconds remaining in the third period of play.
Expect the Lady Raiders to hang on to this, get one last shot up before the fourth quarter.
Baker pounding the ball very strongly in the backcourt, trying to keep the Grizzlies on edge, and walking with the sphere is Rooms and Rooms. That was quite blatant. She thought about passing the basketball to the cutting Ginnivan, who was working her way down the baseline, but instead walked with it. Substitution as Randall comes in. Ginnivan will sub out. She's been in minor foul trouble. She has 3 in this contest. Hellwig has the basketball. 9 seconds left. Hellwig puts the plan into motion. Forbes has it. Right corner is Hosley. Hosley skip pass. 3-pointer put up by Strickland. It's no good. Rebound by Peterson. And the clock expires on the third quarter of play. 52-27. It was a dogfight in the third quarter of play. But again, the Lady Grizzlies getting better, the better of the Raiders, as they currently lead by 25 points. We will step aside for 30 seconds to bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas.
Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing can tow.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you've become part of something more.
We're a family of Crimson and Gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburgh State University.
First, see them fast in names and numbers.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
It was a gutsy third quarter by the Lady Raiders, but they still trail 52-27 heading into the fourth quarter of action. Tristan Gegg and Justin Brackney have been what seems to be an undoubtable force. So far in the ballgame, they have 33 combined points, 19 from Gegg, 14 from Brackney. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you here for the X103.5, The Evolution. Inbounding from the far baseline will be Davis as she finds the wide open Peterson. Peterson works it over to the right corner. Fields, and Fields now working with the sphere. Fields now traipsing all around the court, working in a cyclic motion around the horseshoe. With the ball inside the key is Kotzman, I beg your pardon, finds Davis left wing. Davis drives inside, and then Brackney with the body contact forces the foul, and that is now a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Lady Raiders. And a correction, it was on Peyton Smith. Second on Smith, 52-27 is the score. Lady Raiders 12. Lady Raiders trail currently.
You've been doing that quite a lot today, haven't you?
Davis, her first free throw drops.
It's one of those days, Camo.
I agree. I wholeheartly agree. Davis is able to silkily knock through her first free throw. Her second opportunity is not equal in quality. She's now 3 of 6 from the line, 8 points. In transition, a transition pass. Sorrell has it, left elbow, right wing 3. Smith is able to can it with ease. And Smith and company continue to pile it on. It has been a 3-point barrage in this contest. 7 of 10 from deep to my count. Most of the 3-pointers have been taken by Gegg. Right-hand floater goes up, does not fall from Ginnivan. Rebound by Sorrell. She finds Gegg in transition. Gegg, right hand, bounce past Brackney, and she goes up and draws the contact. And we'll head to the free throw line. It was a great pass by Gegg. There was really no lead pass on the transition opportunity. Instead, Gegg went to the left block and then kind of left a little floater, a little curveball in front of Brackney. So all she had to do was scoop it up in transition and try to shovel up a transition lay-in, and she's fouled on her way up. Her first free throw does not go. This is Brackney, 8th and 9th free throw of the night. She is currently 4 of 8. Make it 4 of 9. Smith tries to battle for the offensive rebound, and it's last touched,
I believe, by Frontenac.
By Frontenac. You are correct, Avi. It's off of Ginnivan. It will remain Grizzly basketball. Gegg will inbound from the right side of the hoop on the far baseline. Gegg chucks it up. Quickly coveted by Brackney on the left side of the wing. Gegg Left wing three-pointer off the lip of the iron, rebounded by Peterson and Gegg after having a scorching hot third quarter. Has been pretty cold since. Left-hand floater by Coxman does not go. It's denied by Brackney, who got a fingertip on it. 55-28 is the score. Hellwig races her left fist. That will implore Gegg to come up from the left block to the left wing. She'll go with the runner off kilter, rebounded by Smith. She finds Sorrell. Sorrell is tripped up in the middle of the lane. She takes a hard spill. And it is a foul on the floor. That is the 14th foul committed by the Lady Raiders. 4th foul in the ballgame by Coxman. She has been struggling with that the entire evening. Senior has not been out very much in this ball game as the floor is being tended to following the spill on aisle 10.
And Cam, I noticed that Hellwig just came out and she was grabbing her ankle when she came out, so might have been a little bit of a sprain there, but she was having a hard time on the offensive end trying to move around.
Stickland has it. She's able to dump it off to Gegg in the right corner. Sorrell has it. Right elbow extended. Had a wide open Smith as Smith mishandled the dump off pass from Sorrell. Great look by the big in that situation. Gegg finds Smith. Gegg will cut with the ball, not in her hands. Great off-ball movement. Gegg up fake. Deep three-pointer is up. Wow. Gegg is an absolute beast.
It just seems like she just throws it up there and it just goes in. It's incredible.
There's so much rotation on her shot and defensively puts so much effort into this endeavor. 58-28 is the score of 30 points. Kristen Gegg. I mentioned it at the beginning of the broadcast that Gegg last season averaged 26 points per game. She's at 22 right now. And against Girard on Friday in a victory, set the all-time SEK scoring record. Free throw does not go. Jump ball, and it is between Ginnivan as well as Brackney, and the tie-up results in a Grizzly basketball. Make your way past midcourt is Gegg. Gegg moves the ball over to the left wing, shifted back to the top of the key. Brackney has the ball in her mid. She cocks it above her head and dumps it off to Gegg. Sorrell goes, stops her motion on the right wing. Gegg again dialing up deep. She airballs it this time. She was feeling a bit too brazen on that attempt. So the overzealous three-point attempt results in a Ginnivan lay-in. So Ginnivan now 2 of 5 from the field. She has 6 points in the contest and a timeout used by Coach Snyder. She is pleased with her girls' performance, but she is not going to settle with just pleased. She wants an excellent ball game. 4:30 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 58-30 is the score. A 28-point lead for the Lady Raiders. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Jocksnitch is your holiday shopping headquarters with brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Oakley, and Ray-Bans. What else would anyone want? Don't forget, we have Royals gear and NFL apparel for the entire family at Jocksnitch Sporting Goods. Plenty of stocking stuffers from Pitt State to KU to all local area high schools in downtown Pittsburgh and Parsons at Jocksnitch Sporting Goods. Stop in today to get all your Christmas shopping done.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting Goods from Jocksnitch.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
And we welcome you back to Altamont, Kansas. The right short corner deuce does not drop. Rebounded down low in the paint by the Grizzlies. But the opportunity to score does not go through. Instead, it is a free throw line trip for the recently subbed in Paige March. So March's first free throw attempt dashes off the back iron and off. Baker will sub in. Ginnivan will come out. Ginnivan's pieced together quite a good evening. 6 points and a trio of rebounds. March, her second free throw short. Davis is unable to come up with the rebound. She loses it off her right hand. It goes out of bounds. The Grizzlies will inbound from the far baseline. Coach Snyder raises up her right hand and puts up one digit That will be the inbound call. Box set shown for the Grizzlies as Hosley subs in. There's a delayed sub in. Brackney will come out. I think at this point it is running clock as it is. 3:10 remaining in the ball game. 58-30 is the score. Smith dumps it off. Right corner fadeaway three-pointer. Gegg. And she has been absolutely masterful in this contest. 7 of 12 from downtown. 25 points. Davis on the high ball screen, tries to go with a pick and roll. She dumps it off to Kottman. Kottman is unable to convert. Coming up off her knees is March after coveting the rebound. Gegg slows down the cadence of the offense. Smith has it. She will orchestrate the offensive sequence. Gegg pops up about 4 or 5 steps away from the arc itself. Gegg double team. Ball screen set. Fields trailing behind her. Gegg has it, left wing, Cox sets, 3, off the back iron, no good. Davis is able to come up with the rebound. She looks up on the break, dribbles with her left hand. On the move, goes up and draws the foul. And Coach Harper now putting forth an entire platoon swap as in front of our media table there are 5 Raiders ready to sub in, including for the first time tonight in Caitlin Sellers. Maddie Davis squares up at the free throw line. First free throw she leaves short. Make sure to stick around for the post-game report. We will once again go over the game's final statistics as well as insight to the overall contest between the Lady Grizzlies and Lady Raiders. Preview the boys contest, and then we will give you a transition into the interview between myself and the head coach for the Frontenac boys basketball team in Ryan Barcelona. Right corner is Forbes. Strickland has it, and the over-the-head baseball pass is moved quickly over to the left wing. Ball is rotated to the right corner. Forbes has it. Power dribble. March has it. Just tosses it up, and the trebuchet-like attempt does not go. Ball stolen away by Forbes, and she strips it out of the hand of Meyer. And it will be a jump ball possession for Frontenac. Rooms will come in. Davis will sub out to an entirely new group for the Raiders. As Davis comes out, it is Harper as well as Randall, Sellers, Meyer, and Rooms. Picking up her dribble is Meyer. Ball above the forehead of Randall is moved over to Harper. Harper lowers her left shoulder. Ball stripped away by Forbes. She has a clear path. Forbes goes up left-handed. No foul call, which is surprising, but March will track it down and then a candid, robust scream that is in unison from the student section cheering on for March as she is able to put in her first points of the contest, able to log the 1-on-1 from the field, and March comes away with the steal, but it's called back and whistles blow. And it will be on Forbes, the Grizzlies. So with 12 seconds left at 63-30, and the free throws from Meyer, I beg your pardon, no, it will be Randall, will have to be fairly quick. Randall airballs her first one. The clock will be held at 1 second until Randall shoots her second one. Randall squares up, bends her knees, spins the ball in front of her, it bounces back, and the free throw is off the back iron, and no good, and that is the end of the ball game. The Lady Raiders drop one in a non-conference matchup on the road. They go to hostile territory against a top 10 team in Class 4A D1, and they feel the wrath of Tristan Gegg en route to a 33-point blowout. Final score 63-30. The Lady Raiders 0-2 on the year. Lady Grizzlies bump to 2-0 on the season. We will take a 2-minute break and bring you back with the final stats of the girls' game in Altamont, Kansas, and segue into the boys' contest. You're listening to the home of Frontenac Athletics on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Home or across North America and Australia. Their priority is to ensure that they deliver their load safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Again, another merry welcome back to Altamont, Kansas. Final score from the girls' game, 63-30. A 33-point thrashing delivered by Tristan Gay and Justice Brackney of the Lady Grizzlies as they are at home defending home turf against this Lady Raiders team. And again, a 33-point victory. Avi Charmer Camelina with you. Let's quickly go over the statistics from this contest. Skylar Baker finished with 6 points. She went 2 of 2 from downtown. Maddie Davis, 8 points. She went 1 of 1 from deep, 3 of 8 from the free throw line, and 1 of 2 from 2-point range. Bria Ginnivan, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and she was truly a composed force on the court. Her statistics do not show it, but she had a great impact, making sure, Avi, that her teammates were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a barrage of great ball playing that we saw from the Lady Grizzlies, Cameron. It was a tough. Good thing this is a non-conference game, you know, for the Lady Raiders and Coach Harper and company. This is a learning experience, Cameron. Rather, you know, regardless of what happened in the score, they can definitely learn some things from these guys and definitely learn from your own mistakes, as they had a lot of those. They had too many turnovers, a lot of sloppy plays that you just got to clean up. This is the first 2 games of the season. Get that out of the way now and be ready for come CNC standing time, where you got to play your division rivals.
Taylor Peterson, 4 points and a bushel of rebounds. I have about 6 on my stat sheet. She probably had more than that, though. She was very active in the paint. Macy Kotzman foul trouble the entire evening. She had 2 points. Lauren Harper, who was very impressive in her limited time, had 4 points. And as for the Lady Grizzlies, who played tonight about 9-10 deep, had Tristan Gegg with 25 points, 7 of 12 from 3-point range. She shot efficiently on shots that you and I thought were ill-advised. And I guess truly the only comparison we can make in terms of a physical human being who shoots like her is Steph Curry. I'm not saying that she shoots as effectively as he is at that level, but my goodness, just the way she would set her body quickly, sometimes would be off a low screen, quickly getting her feet squared up, a great release point, no hesitation. I was forward all the time, trusted her teammates. It was very simple.
Well, Cameron, you know, one thing I would say that we have heard many times is the flick of the wrist, and that's exactly what Gegg did, as she was just lights out. It was a phenomenal showing. But what really surprised me, though, is every time Gegg caught the basketball, she wasn't looking to shoot every single time, Cameron. She was looking for that, one of those post players down low to get that easy bucket first, and then if it's not there, then she's going to take it upon herself to make the basket.
The unselfishness oozed out every single orifice for this girls' team, I beg your pardon. And it just seemed that everyone was a playmaker regardless of their position, especially when it came to Aubrey Sorrell. It didn't show up in the stat sheet in terms of the assists, but she did a great job putting herself in position at that high post spot or in the corner and making very intelligent passes. And benefiting off of that was Justice Brackney, as she wrapped up with 14 points, 4 of 9 from the free throw line, 6 of 7 from the field. The 6 and 7 from the field came because of those great setup opportunities by Sorrell. In addition, Hosley wrapped up with 2 points, 2 points from March, 7 points for Peyton Smith in the contest, as she was a perfect 4 of 4 in the contest, 2 of 2 from deep. Again, final score 63-30. The Lady Raiders dropped to 0-2 on the season. Now for this boys contest, it will feature the Frontenac Raiders boys team that struggled mightily against the Colgan club. Now the scoreboard didn't indicate that, but there were a lot of foul issues early on, and according to head basketball coach Ryan Barcelona, this team led through 3 quarters of action. They were up 5 heading into the final period of play, and then an implosion happened, and they lost by 10, 58-40, and it has to be somewhat devastating to lead going into the 4th quarter of play and stumbling.
Yeah, Cameron, definitely a devastating thing to have. But, you know, I've said it too many times tonight, and I'll say it again. It's that first game, getting it out of the way, get that experience in you, and then move on and look forward to it. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do tonight against the men Grizzly team. It should be a very exciting matchup between the two. And I think if Frontenac stays out of foul trouble, they could do some damage tonight.
And for this Labette boys team, a lot of talent around the basketball. We have several players that are returning, including Joshua Walters, a senior, Javon Relaford, a senior, Keyshawn Anderson, Tanner Russell, Alice Nigbarger, as well as Skylar Gateworth. This team is extremely potent offensively, and it will be up to this boys team to limit Easton Dean, the quarterback for this Grizzlies team, as well as the forward down low in the post. That's 6'7" height against a club that does not have much height themselves.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at my stat sheet here, Cameron, it looks like there's only one guy that can stand up to Easton Dean, and that is Noah Brooks, the 6'6" junior. So definitely size is going to be a big factor, and it's, you know, not only the strength but the heart, Cameron. You got to give it your effort at all times to come away with the victory.
So it will be a fun matchup in Altamont, Kansas. 2 non-conference foes ready to square off in about 16 minutes. We will step aside for 2 minutes and bring along Coach Ryan Barcelona for the Frontenac Raiders. You're listening to the home of Frontenac Raiders Athletics on Radio X 103.5 FM, The Evolution.
driveline specialist. Haynes handles all driveline repairs for cars, trucks, four-wheel drive vehicles, and farm equipment. Haynes can also handle any general machine work and offers 24-hour record service. Call Haynes anytime, 231-3170. Haynes Incorporated is located at the intersection of West McKay and Highway 69 Frontenac Junction. Haynes Incorporated in Frontenac is the driveline specialist.
Proud supporter of Frontenac Athletics.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Finding a lawyer means choosing someone with experience, confidence, and a good track record. Every legal situation is unique, and you need someone who will give you the level of comfort that he or she will treat your legal problem like it is their own. J. Gordon Gregory of the law firm of Wilbert & Towner is ready to provide you with that type of specialized assistance. With over 30 years of experience in Southeast Kansas, Gordy is ready to give you the personalized legal service your problem needs and deserves. Call J. Gordon Gregory of Wilbert & Towner today at 620-231-5620 or contact him online at wilburtontowner.com.
See their ad, names, and numbers.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Hello, and we welcome you back to 103.5. Camelina joined by Frontenac boys head basketball coach Ryan Barcelona. Coach, last time out, season opener against Colgan. Obviously, you were able to preview the CNC in that contest. Will you give me an idea of what the CNC looks like this season? In addition, will you give me some insight on how you felt your team played?
Yeah, I felt like we played pretty well for being first game, 4 practices in. We had the lead through 3 quarters. We were up 5 going in the 4th quarter. Had some foul trouble, and we sent Colgan to the line quite a bit. They made quite a few free throws down the stretch, able to pull away. But overall, the effort was pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it, being the first game, and just 6 days prior they're playing in the state championship football game. So I was real pleased with the effort. And CNC is going to be tough this year, and you've got multiple coaches that have coached in the state tournament and coached for state championships. So you have to be.
Hey, Cameron.
You mentioned your team was in foul trouble. Can you touch on, despite not winning the contest, the resiliency that you saw from your team, the real character and demeanor of sticking with it and trying to grind out a victory despite some of your key players being in foul trouble?
Yeah, the good things you saw is you saw some younger kids that had to step up, play some spots that they weren't anticipating so early, with 3 of our main guys getting in foul trouble. And these guys came in and they were ready to go and got us a lead and was playing well. And so to see them get that confidence early to help build that rotation, we like to play 8, 9 guys, and with losing 4 seniors last year, we need to find 4 new players to fill those roles. And for game one, we saw some good things out of some younger guys.
And Coach, being able to see that positive play from some of your younger guys, only 5 practices prior to the Colgan matchup. Can you expand on how confident that makes you going throughout the tumultuous season, and how you'll be able to go through those obstacles with a bit more ease?
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to take a while. It really is. We have 6 games before Christmas, so you're really going to have a lot of games one day of practice, and then we'll have a game. Over Christmas break, I think we'll get a lot better as far as what we're wanting to do and getting guys into our system. It's just it's just going to take time, and hopefully we can get better each game out.
Currently talking with Frontenac head boys basketball coach Ryan Barcelona. Coach, and you touched on it, but you lose 4 seniors from last year. Can you talk about how difficult it is, or if it is difficult, seeing the changing of hand in leadership, not only on the court but in practices?
Yeah, it was a good group of guys last year. As far as senior-wise, they worked really hard. They were good leaders. But we got another group of seniors coming back that are they stepped up in football and helped lead the football team to play for a state championship. And it's just, as a coach, it's fun to see each kid grow into that leadership role every year. And it just takes time. Last year they're deferring to older guys, and now it's their team. So it just takes time for all that to happen, and you've got to enjoy the process.
Coach, and not to continue to dwell in the past, but last year you guys had quite a bit of success, went 14-9, made it to the state tournament. You faltered in a contest to Collegiate. Can you just touch on how some of your younger players were able to gain some valuable experience in the state tournament with some of the best players in Kansas?
Yeah, and I would say the one thing is the way we came out and competed. They weren't scared of the challenge. They were ready to go. Everybody that came in played extremely hard, and these young guys that are on the team this year, I feel like they're a big part of our success last year, especially in practice. The last 2 weeks, them going at our starters and our rotation guys extremely hard and never giving up, giving them a look every day was really big for our program. And so kudos to those kids for doing that, and now it's their time to step into these roles.
Coach, you're playing a Class 4A1 school in Labette County. Obviously, a lot of success with Coach Brad Smith over there. Can you touch on their program, and in addition, what you have to do execution-wise in the contest against the Grizzlies to compete and potentially win?
Yeah, Coach Smith, he's a great coach, but he's probably even a better person. He's one of my favorite coaches around. He's just a great guy all around, and he always has a great program over there. Always has, and always will as long as he's coaching it. And this year's no different. They have a loaded team, and this is a team I expect to be in the 4A1 state tournament. And I could see them. They have the height, they have the length, they have the quickness, they got the outside shooting, they got the inside. They've got the complete team this year, and for us to go over there to pull out a win tonight, we're gonna have to play a really good basketball game tonight to do it.
Special thanks goes out to Frontenac head boys basketball coach Ryan Barcelona. We'll be back with more action here on your home for Frontenac Athletics, 103.5 KWXD.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens enjoy a small-town atmosphere and all that a close-knit community has to offer. Situated on the crossroads of 2 major highways, those living in Frontenac can easily travel and enjoy the amenities of larger cities in a shorter travel distance. The community boasts an outstanding school system, low taxes, complete city services, including 24-hour police and fire protection. Good luck, Raiders, from the mayor, city council, and staff.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan...
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
Back to Radio X in Altamont, Kansas, alongside Avi Sharma. I'm Cam Molina. Tip-off nearing its beginning here in Labette County High School as Ryan Barcelona's boys are ready to take on Brad Smith's Grizzlies. And Avi, when we look at this Raiders team, they lose 4 seniors from a year ago, all starters. And it's difficult to overcome that what seems like an insurmountable obstacle. But first game of the season, Coach Barcelona's club plays Colgan. They do a great job through the first 3 quarters of action. They're up 5 on a tough conference opponent and then start to lose their grip on things, and the reins are taken over by the Panthers. The Raiders will lose 58-48. I think Coach Barcelona is looking for that bite tonight from his group.
Yeah, and another F word that he probably wants is finish, Cameron. You win the first 3 quarters, you have to finish and win the fourth quarter to get a complete all-around victory and get that W. And that's exactly what the Raiders are wanting to do, as that's what they're going to have to do their best against this Grizzly team. I think it's going to be a great matchup, as we've seen the matchups throughout, Cameron, and I think we're going to have a pretty good matchup tonight.
I agree, Avi, and I believe it's going to come down to who can control the paint. You look at Easton Dean for this Labette County team, a physical 6'7" presence down low who can also space the floor. And I think Labette County does a great job of running the floor as well. So it's going to come down to who can run the floor and then slow down their pace and run their half-court sets. Brock Ginnivan is a talent that the Raiders have loved over the last 4 years. He is a force down low on the post. He plays a bit of wing, but he's good down low in the paint. But in addition, you look for more of that continual Hayden Pyle type of physicality down low in the post, and you hope that maybe you can draw some early fouls against Dean, get yourself to the free throw line, and force this Grizzly cadence to slow down.
Yeah, that's basically what you want to do, is you want to play your tempo of basketball style, not their way, as I think that's the best way possible to win this game.
Well, Avi, they're going to go ahead and get ready for the national anthem, so we will step aside for 2 minutes and bring you back the opening lineup for tonight between the Grizzlies and the Raiders here on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Having a confident smile can change everything, and Invisalign makes that decision easy because you can have a stunning smile without most people even knowing you're going through treatment. Saya Smile Center is proud to be a premier provider of Invisalign. Your Invisalign treatment will consist of a series of aligners that you switch out every 2 weeks. Each aligner will gradually shift your teeth perfectly into place, giving you the smile you always dreamed of. Call Saya Smile Center today for your no-cost consultation. Saya Smile Center, 4095 Parkview Drive in Frontenac, 620-231-7242.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
We'll step aside for the national anthem.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
From scoring the winning touchdown to walking in graduation, life is full of wonderful moments, but the best times can come with financial challenges, like paying for college or a room renovation. This is Brian Sutton, Market President of Commerce Bank in Pittsburgh. At Commerce, we make the harder stuff easy. Whatever your challenge is, we want to listen and help find solutions, so you can focus on the good stuff, like cheering on your favorite team. Check us out at commercebank.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter for tips on making the most of life. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Hello, and we welcome you back to Altamont, Kansas. National anthem was beautiful, and now we are ready for high school boys basketball. The Raiders on the road. Their second game of the season in a non-conference contest against Labette County Grizzlies. A formidable opponent, Avi. Let's go ahead and go through the starting lineups. With the hometown Labette County Grizzlies. It will be Joshua Walters at the guard position. Javon Relaford, Keyshawn Anderson, Tanner Russell, and Easton Dean. And for this Raiders bunch, Daniel Watts, Jake Wilbur, Rob Ginneman, Peyton Brown, and Hayden Pyle. And Avi, we discussed it a bit in our pregame. It's going to come down to who will dictate that front court style of play. Who will dictate the key and be able to rebound the basketball and score down low in the paint.
Yeah, Cameron, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You just want to control the momentum.
Look at this Grizzlies team, and it's already been touched on, but the height that they have on their roster, they have Easton Dean as well as Clayton Moore, Nathan Smith, Ethan Jameson, all above 6'2". So it will be the height down low for the Grizzlies. They'll be challenged by the speed of Frontenac tonight. Brock Ginneman brings the great blend of those two for the Raiders, and they will continually contest a lot of these shots for the Grizzlies in this contest. And Pyle just being announced by the Grizzlies PA announcer. And Dean receives an resounding shout from the fan section as the Spirit Squad currently lined up, giving Dean a high five, and the strong 6'7" forward currently gathered with his team of congregation at the free throw line. The Raiders in their charcoal black uniforms making their way over to Coach Barcelona in his second year. Last season, this club went to the state tournament, fell to Collegiate, who was the #1 ranked team in Class 4A D2. But this Raider team has a lot of guts, a lot of spunk, and you'd like to see a team like this compete on an enemy court tonight, Avi.
Yeah, Cameron, I can barely hear you because of the stadium pulse in this place. It is absolutely crazy, as it feels like we're at a collegiate Coliseum, basically, as the echo is just nuts. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This is going to be a great matchup, and like you mentioned, I think whoever controls their pace of offense is going to win this game. You want to control the tempo. If you want the up-tempo beat, you got to keep that up. If you want the half court, you want to slow it down. Make sure you guys are in control of that, because if not, the other team's going to get the hot hand.
It will be Dean tipping off against Ginneman, who are both standing at midcourt on the mustard yellow Grizzly ball logo with LC embellished in the middle. Student section stomping and clapping, and Dean will win the tip. It goes to the backcourt where Russell will control the sphere as he dumps it off to Relaford in the backcourt. Relaford with his wristbands that are taped with white athletic tape, dribbles with his right hand. He interchanges with Russell. Russell dribbling from right to left. Dean, top of the key, three-point jump shot straight away, and it is good. So Dean, without much of a challenge, is able to convert 1 of 1 from downtown. Already barking out orders from the top of the key is Peyton Brown as he will set a ball screen low in the post. Ginneman will stay stagnant on the right block, about 3 feet away from the crown of the arch. Handling the sphere is the senior and Jake Wilbur. Wilbur, one-arm sling pass over to the right wing where Brown is located. Brown picks up his dribble left wing. Ginneman thinks about shooting the three-point jump shot, stares it down, but then thinks better of it, finds his wide open left short corner teammate in Wilbur, but he misses the turnaround jump shot. On the break, left corner, three-point jump shot is up, off the left side of the orange, it goes no good. Ginneman comes up with the rebound. Ginneman now dribbling with his right hand, slows down the cadence of the offense. He will change out with Wilbur. Wilbur handling the sphere currently. Wilbur trying to size up the defender in Anderson. Anderson starts to back off as Ginneman has the ball on the left elbow. Brown with the rock right now over to the left wing. Ginnivan will attack left short corner, backs it back out. 3-0 is the score, 6:36 remaining in the first quarter of action. Grizzlies up. Coach Barcelona barking mad right now as he's trying to tell Ginnivan to go baseline, and then a foul on the floor as Wilbert was trying to gain separation against the hounding defender and Anderson. Not much action through the first minute and a half. 3-0 is the score. Dean knocked down a straightaway three-point jump shot. Coach Smith's crew in Class 4A D1 ranked currently. Fighting through contact, flipping the ball up is Hayden Pyle. Pyle is able to get the ball to fall through the bottom of the nylon for the first points of the night for the Raiders. Score is now 3-2. Labette County leaves Anderson, gives it off to Dean. Dean jab step to the left side with his white Nike shoes. Deep trifecta up, swirls in and out from the straightaway three-point shooter in Relaford. So Relaford now 0 of 1 from downtown. A skip pass from the left elbow to the left corner, and it is a travel committed by the walking Peyton Brown. Hayden Pyle had a good look on the transition toss into the left corner, but it was a miscue by Brown. Anderson interchanges. Working with the sphere right now and lobbing it up is Anderson, but Anderson is unable to convert. Rebound by Ginnivan. Ginnivan marching down court, streaks towards the left block, lobs it up one-handed, and a little flip shot does not go. Pyle aggressive off the glass, but he cannot convert down low on the post. And then a loose ball that is poked out of bounds in the backcourt. It will remain Frontenac basketball.
Very intense first quarter we're already seeing here, Cameron, in the up-tempo offense for both teams. We'll see who gets the edge here as Frontenac's doing a great job.
Walters will inbound in the backcourt from the left sideline. Jab step to the right by Daniel Watts. Watts with a little bit of room. He tries to wiggle away. He snakes inside and tosses up a Hail Mary that Dean is easily able to sniff out. Dean now with 3 points and a rebound. Dean is trying to find a cutting Relaford, and as Relaford makes his way to the basket, he is fouled on the floor. Another sub for the Raiders as Blaine Baldwin will sub in. Watts will go to the bench. Walters will inbound from the far sideline, lobs it high up into the air right beneath the giant scoreboard that hangs in the middle of the gymnasium. With the sphere, jabbing to his right is Russell. Dean Easton goes inside. He draws a bit of contact, lobs it up with the right hand, and it's a foul on Brock Ginnivan as a blocking call is decided by the official.
Looks like Ginnivan wasn't the happiest fan of that call. That's going to put the Grizzlies to the free throw line. And I tell you, Cameron, this is a good offensive battle inside the paint. Like you mentioned, who's going to win the inside?
Easton's first free throw is no good. So Dean is now 0 of 1 from the charity stripe. His second attempt is set up as he tees up, drives it and nails it. 4 points for Dean in this contest. 4-2 is the score. Dean with all 4 points for the Grizzlies. Ginnivan on the far block, dribbling with his outside left hand and then goes to the inside right hand. High arcing floater goes through. Good move by Brock Ginnivan as he's now 1 of 2 from the field for 2 points. On the perimeter, left wing, great moves. Excellent handles by Relaford, nearly shaking off the pestering Brown. Dean's three-pointer does not go. Rebounded by Baldwin. Baldwin trudging in transition, goes up right-handed with Dean right in his grill. And is able to convert. Excellent move in transition by Baldwin, and a timeout. Hughes on the floor by Coach Brad Smith of the Grizzlies. 6-4 is the score, and the Raiders lead early on the road. We will step aside for 30 seconds and bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas.
Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing can tow all cars, trucks, and some semi-tractors and trailers in town or cross country. Larry Barrett has emergency wrecker service for all accidents, 24-hour towing. Been in an accident? Then call the pros. They have quality auto body repairing and painting from certified technicians for all major and minor repair jobs, and they can deal directly with the insurance companies, taking the stress out of your life. Go to BarrettBodyFrame.com or stop in and see them at 1601 East 27th Street Terrace or call 232-9400. That's Larry Barrett Body Frame and Towing. Customer service first. See them fast in names and numbers.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5 The Evolution.
Walters has it at the top of the key. Russell will settle down at the crown of the top of the key. Kick it out to the right wing. Anderson's three-point jump shot does not fall. Anderson 0 of 2 so far in this contest. On the break, on the right wing is Wilbur as he works it down low. Ball is poked back outside by Ginnivan. Ginnivan motioning over with his left hand, telling and cutting Baldwin to come up. Fade away, left elbow deuce does not fall from the attempting Pyle, who is now 1 of 3 in this contest. On the break, Relaford loses his handle on the sphere, was poked out from behind him. Dean has the rebound. He goes right back into the thicket of Frontenac bodies and draws the foul. Dean very active on the glass so far in this ballgame, as he currently has 3 boards. 3:53 remaining in the first quarter of action. It is now 6-5 following the first free throw converted by Dean. Subbing in now for the Grizzlies is Alex Nigarber.
Also for the Raiders, Noah Brooks steps in as well.
As Dean goes 2 of 2 from the stripe. On the break will be the Raiders. Being pestered in the backcourt is Ginnivan. Ginnivan feeling a lot of pressure. A swat by Dean. An excellent follow-up though by Noah Brooks. Brooks is able to come up with the offensive rebound following a demonstrative swat by Dean and is able to capitalize. 8-6 is the score. Raiders lead by 2 so far. Nigarber shoots a pass over to the right short corner that has deterred the attempt by Walters. Ginnivan has it, dribbles from left to right, finds a crevice, goes up, floats it up right-handed, and the entire coaching staff for the Raiders vehementing on the sideline as they thought it was a foul by Dean. Nigarber slows down, dribbling with his white Nikes on his feet. White socks, as much as this Labette County team has. Right wing Nigarber as he slowly creeps inside the horseshoe. He finds the high post Dean. Dean looking to set a ball screen to the left of Relaford. Relaford crossing over from right to right, gains some separation, chucks it up right-handed, and a foul committed by Baldwin. Baldwin in the contest against the Panthers fouled out. He was 1 of 3 to do so for Frontenac last Friday, including Jake Wilbert and Hayden Pyle, the sophomore.
I tell you, Cameron, Relaford is an athlete. He is just trying to make plays, do something out of nothing as he misses the first free throw attempt, but be ready to see him be very explosive in this game.
Relaford will have his second free throw attempt on its way after the pass would be official, and a substitution for the Grizzlies coming in as Clayton Moore. Relaford drills it. Relaford goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line and earns his first point of the ball game. 8-7 is the score. Raiders trail by 1. Wilbur crosses over right to left. 3-point jump shot. That is challenged by Russell. Is no good. Wilbur thought it would be a bit of a rhythm jump shot, but Relaford now trudging in transition, goes right through the key and is fouled on his way up. Relaford doing a superb, sublime job of forcing the contact from the Raiders and now having 3 opportunities at the stripe.
Back to the free throw line goes Relaford as that foul was called on Peyton Brown, the senior.
Brown will pick up his first foul.
Cameron, you and I, as you talked about it with Coach Barcelona, foul trouble, you cannot have that as they already have 5 fouls in the first quarter.
Again, Avi, just to reiterate, there were 3 players for the Raiders that fouled out on Friday, so as you said, discipline an issue. And the free throw attempt, the second one by Relaford that went through following the first missed attempt, is waved off as Relaford crossed the free throw line. So following the infraction will be an inbound from the near side baseline. Stealing it is Russell. Russell works his way down the right corner. Relaford 3, high arcing shot does not go. Russell is able to come with the rebound. So far in this contest, Russell has 1 board. Relaford with the rock. Relaford going to work as he hands off to Nigarber. Right wing. Jab step to the right is Russell. Russell dribbles with his left hand as he undulates the ball to the hardwood. Relaford waits for the high ball screen from Dean. Does a great job faking out Brown. He goes inside, It's a floater with the right hand. It's no good. Rebound by Dean, kicked out to Nick Arbor, and then Relaford following the Nick Arbor miss goes up. His tip-in attempt does not go, but he draws the foul, and that is the 16th foul committed by the Raiders, who cannot keep the Labette County Grizzlies off the glass.
And it seems like every time Relaford's in the paint, it's going to be a foul because Frontenac cannot stop him. And so now back to the charity stripe goes Relaford, and he misses the first one again.
So Relaford now 1 of 5 from the free throw line. 8-7 is the score. Even if Relaford had 1 or 2, it'd be a 10-8 game. Relaford's second. It takes a hop off the lip of the iron, goes through. He's 2 of 6 in the contest now. Inbounding in the backcourt is Brooks. With the sphere is Ginnivan. Ginnivan crosses the threshold of the Labette County offensive line. Now at the top of the key, working with the sphere is Brown as he moves the ball over to the right wing. Relaford will apply a double team. Ginnivan barely gets it out as Relaford was applying pressure from behind. Ginnivan has the ball swatted away by Dean. Ball is last touched by Nick Arbor, who was attempting to save it. 8-8 is the score. Inbounding in front of the Grizzly bench, getting it into play is Brown. Ginnivan, left short corner, going to work. He's inside the key, and he draws a foul. Good move as he had more on his left hip, and then as soon as he felt the contact, just chucked the ball up.
I tell you, Cameron, Ginnivan is a ball player. He is doing everything he can to get inside. He wants the one-on matchup against Easton Dean, against Clayton Moore, whoever it is, he wants them one-on-one.
Ginnivan's first free throw is no good. I beg your pardon, it is good, which will prompt Watson Wilbert to sub in. Ginnivan 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He now has 3 points. Takes 3 slow dribbles with the Grizzly fan section going berserk, and he airballs a second one. Ball is being inbounded from the far baseline by the white-cladded Grizzlies with their yellow lettering and numerals embellished with the red outline. Coming off a screen from the right block is Russell. Russell trying to go to work as he finds Dean. Free throw line jump shot does not go. Rebound by Ginnivan as he clears out the backcourt. Ginnivan wanting to increase the tempo of the offense. He tries to cross over Relaford. 3-point jump shot in transition. Too strong on the straightaway 3 by Wilbert. And then a foul off of the rebound opportunity. And that is the 17th foul committed by the Raiders, and a 1-and-1 opportunity for Labette County as picking up the foul. It will be Brooks. Second on Brooks. First free throw is off the mark by Moore, and it's rebounded by Ginnivan, who gives it off to Wilbert. Wilbert, cross-court pass. Ginnivan interchanges with Watts. Ginnivan jab set with his right foot. Now he's motioning over for Wilbert to interchange with him. Gilbert has the ball poked loose. Dean with an alleyway. He'll launch, go up right-handed, and it is too strong, but a foul on the way up. And Ginnivan not pleased about the decision. Ginnivan frustrated with a petulant attitude, looks over towards Wilbert and saying, hey, that was on you. And I'm not sure what Ginnivan was mad about, because Ginnivan was motioning over for Wilbert to come take the basketball, and that's when it was a great read defensively by Relaford to poke the ball up into the air and force the turnover.
Well, regardless, Cameron, that's the second foul on Ginnivan as he will now come out a missed free throw again by the Grizzlies. And Cameron, 8 team fouls in this first quarter.
That is appalling if you are Coach Barcelona, and I'm sure you are seething with anger currently as Dean goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. He is 4 of 6 in this ball game. In total, the Grizzlies 6 of 12. The Raiders 1 of 2 from the stripe. 9-9 is the score with 45 seconds left in the first quarter. And on his way up, Pyle will draw the foul as he had Dean up in the air, and then a good hanging move by Pyle, and waited for Ginnivan to crash into him before he let the ball loose. That is the first foul committed by Dean. First free throw is no good.
Cameron, I tell you, no matter if it's Frontenac at the free throw line or Labette County, neither team can convert at the charity stripe. They are missing a ton of free opportunities.
Third and fourth attempt for the Raiders in this ballgame from the line. Going 1 of 2 as Pyle. The Raiders 2 of 4 in total in the ballgame. 8 of 16, 50% combined. 10-9 the score. The Raiders lead by 1 in a tight-knit contest. Relaford dishes the ball off to the left wing. Nick Harper has it above his head, holsters to the right shoulder, gets it over to Dean. Dean quickly moves the ball over to the right wing where Russell has it. Russell looks for Relaford, but instead will take it on his lonesome. Nick Harper has it, right wing, dribble with the right hand. He goes inside the horseshoe. Right shoulder corner is Moore. Moore somehow squeezes the pass over to Russell, who is being defended tightly by Cleveland, who subbed in for the Raiders. Relaford, 10 seconds on the game clock. High ball screen set by Moore to the right of Wilbur. Relaford goes inside, ball is stripped. Now losing it out of his mitts is Franklin. Kel Franklin loses it. Easton goes up and the ball is slapped away before the buzzer sounds. Pyle comes in, soaring from the backcourt and absolutely fly swats it to the padded wall here at Labette County High School. The score is 10-9 and a stand made by the Raiders in the first quarter of play, and a 1-point edge for the CNC foe against NSCK Club. We will step aside 30 seconds and bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas here on Radio X 103.5 The Evolution.
The human eye blinks about 17,000 times a day, but here's a real eye-opener. Dry eyes can cause irritation, red eyes, and blurred vision. Don't assume your blurry vision means you need new glasses or contacts. The doctors at Canar Eye Care are experienced in diagnosing and treating dry eyes with the newest treatments available. So schedule your eye exam in Pittsburgh or Girard with Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5 The Evolution.
Salutations back inside the confines of Labette County High School as the Frontenac Raiders, after one quarter of play, lead the hometown Grizzlies 10-9. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you. Great work from Taylor back at our 103.5 studios. 1-point lead for the Raiders and a great effort all around from this Frontenac team. Brock Ginnivan, however, in addition to Noah Brooks, have 2 fouls. Fouls seem to be the issue early on for the CNC club, Avi.
Yeah, you cannot afford to play like that in the second quarter, mainly the second half, Cameron, because like you said, they had plenty people foul out last game. Can't have that against this good Grizzly team.
Brown will inbound into the front court to play where Pyle has it. He quickly and swiftly moves the ball over to Wilbur. Wilbur will find Watt up fake, and going into the body of Relaford was Pyle. He sold the up fake on the right elbow, and he thought Relaford moved, and then had a launching pad from that right point of the free throw line. It went into Relaford's body. Relaford went down, and it's a foul that is called. And barking mad is Brad Smith. He is not pleased with the decision as the first free throw drops for Pyle.
This place is very loud on free throws, Cameron. One side tries to distract the shooter. The other side celebrates on a made free throw.
Pyle goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. He's 2 of 4 in the contest. Fredonia 3 of 6 overall. Dean on the break, the big 6'7" athletic forward, marches all the way down the court, throws up with the left hand, and now there is an injury on the floor as Noah Pyle is absolutely writhing in pain. He is squirming on the floor with his hand on his head. I'm not trying to be too vivid, but when he landed, it seemed as if he was instantly in pain. Coach Price here at Labette County will make his way over as pardon the technical difficulties there for a second. We lost our mic, but injury currently on the floor for the Raiders. 11-11 is the score. 7:37 remaining in this first time of action, and a group clapping effort from the entire Labette County fan base. Slow to be helped off the floor is Hayden Pyle, the 6'2 sophomore, and it's his right leg, no weight on it at all, as Coach Brad Smith for the Grizzlies will help assist the young Raider over. And Noah Brooks, who has 2 fouls, will be put into a pinch situation, most likely by the extent of the injury and the pain illustrated by Pyle, that he will not be coming back into the ball game, which would mean Brooks will have to make sure he does not foul in the second quarter of play, or the Raiders will have to play small ball throughout the duration of this second frame of action. Dribbling with his right hand, making his way past midcourt is Jake Wilbur. High throw after the pass from Brooks from Wilbur. Ripping through his watch, he has the ball on his right hip. As he holsters, he quickly shoots it out towards the right wing with the sphere right now as Brown as he tries to orchestrate traffic. Brook has it, he looks back door, Watts cuts, he has it for a second, tries to toss it up with the left hand, it's no good. Dean comes in with the rebound, he's patrolling in transition, he maneuvers all the way inside, but it's turned back by Brooks, which is met with a crazy amount of screams from the Frontenac student section, who have all traveled pretty well, I may add. That's also the JV boys basketball team, girls team as well, and they're all cheering on their varsity boys. Dean wide open, Relaford right corner 3, drains it without hesitation. Relaford knocks down his first 3 of the contest. 14-11 is the score. Dribbling with his left hand is Brown. He crosses over from left to right. Bounce pass to the right block where Ginnivan is at. Ginnivan goes back to the basket. 2 pivots inside the lane. Tries to hoist it up with the right hand. Does not go. And Dean again will rumble down the middle of the floor. Relaford goes up right-handed. A foul is called, +1. Relaford looking for the contact and feasting off of it. He has 7 points in the ball game. That is the 19th foul committed by the Raiders. And a timeout used by Frontenac. 6:39 remaining in the first half of action, and a small run by the Grizzlies. An 8-0 run to be exact. And we will step aside for 30 seconds to bring you back more action from Altamont, Kansas.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5. Evolution.
Scores will score, as they say. Javon Relaford at the free throw line right now. He has 7 points in the contest and a free throw on the way as he converts. He in the contest is 3 of 7 from the free throw line. In total, the Grizzlies have visited the free throw line on 13 occasions, 7 of 13 from the free throw line. The Raiders have 19 fouls. Brock Ginnivan, who has 2 fouls from the right block, dishes it out to the left wing. Looking to beeline the basketball over is Wilbert. And it's to the left wing instead where Watts pops up. Ginnivan at the top of the key as he looks for the apex of the horseshoe. He looks to the right side. Brown with the rock as he's trying to conduct traffic with his right hand. Ready to sub in is Baldwin for the Raiders. He's at the scorer's table. Brooks has it following the injury to Pyle, and he's still on the bench for the Raiders. Brown hesitates from the right elbow. Fade away, pull up 2-pointer, bounces around, is not going. Brooks with the rebound, goes up and draws the foul. And Brooks, who is measuring out at 6'6", the junior, showing the wiliness to put his arm straight up in the air, come up with the rebound, keep the sphere above his head, and go straight back up to draw the foul. And that is the first foul committed by Walters. 15 fouls for the Grizzlies, 9 for the Raiders. Baldwin will sub in, subbing out as Watts.
Cameron, we already talked about how the foul trouble is already a problem for this Raider team, but now losing a player in Pyle also hurts that factor as well, as now the Raiders are going to have to play even smarter than what they have been.
Walters will sub out, and Anderson will come back out onto the floor. Second free throw for Brooks is no good. He goes 0 of 2 from the stripe, and it has been a difficult endeavor on both teams' cases in terms of free throws. Left corner is Anderson. He will interchange with Relaford. Relaford's three short as it smears off the left side of the orange and gobbled up by Brock Ginnivan, who now has 3 rebounds in the ballgame, 3 points to his name as well. Brock Ginnivan shuffles undoubtedly. He had it on the left block, hesitated with a head fake, then shuffled his feet, head faked again, shuffle forward, head fake. I guess it's a new dance that's going to sweep the nation. 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. 17-11 is the score. 5:30 remaining in the first half of play. Relaford with the rock as he crosses the timeline into the front court of the Raiders. Russell will have the ball on his right hip. Ward to the right corner. He's looking for Dean. Good defense by Brooks as he doubles down. Relaford is able to sneak past Brown. Relaford right-hand floater, and it's off. Rebounded by the crashing Wilbur, who makes a good move on the rebound to read Relaford's floater. Speaking of which, going right into the body of Moore, who thought he had set himself up for a charge as Wilbur. So Wilbur, wasting no time following the rebound, turns on the thrusters and accelerates to the rack and will head to the free throw line. 17-11 is the score. And so far it is an 8-1 advantage for the Grizzlies in terms of scoring in this second quarter, nearly 3 minutes in. Inbounding from the far baseline will be Brown. He's to the right of the basket as the floor is being cleaned with a red towel following the spill by Wilberts. Student section for the Grizzlies featuring a lot of practice jerseys that are dark red. Inbounding is Brown. As mentioned before, he lobs it over the top of the defense as he finds Ginnivan, who rockets a pass over to the right block. Brooks bounces the ball off of his foot. It's taken by Russell, who slows down the pace. That was probably the first real turnover of the contest for the Raiders. That miscue by Brooks down low on the post as Moore passes on the left corner. With it currently is the recently subbed-in player for the Grizzlies, and Caleb Haggard. Haggard moves the ball over to the right corner. His three-point jump shot is good. I beg your pardon, it's Ethan Jameson who's able to knock down the three-point jump shot. So Jameson's three-pointer makes it a 9-point contest. And the three-point jump shot on the opposite end by Wilbur does not go, but then an offensive rebound by Baldwin. He goes directly into the torso of Jameson, and it is a foul call on Jameson, which will put Baldwin at the free throw line.
And now 17 fouls for the Grizzlies, Cameron. So be ready. Frontenac is now in the bonus.
Free throw, no good by Baldwin. Again, I mentioned it before, more so alluded to it. Free throw shooting has been inconsistent for both sides tonight. 7 of 13 for the Grizzlies, but isn't terrible. The original one was far worse, as the second attempt from Baldwin is good. As for this Frontenac team, try 4-10 from the free throw line. 20-12 is the score. Relaford dashes the ball over to the left corner. Jameson with the sphere. He looks low for Dean, who is positioned on the left block, but he's immediately double teamed. Brooks seems gassed. He's not even coming out to defend, and it looks like it is a 2-1-2 zone shown by Frontenac, so they can, one, catch their breath, but two, limit the three-point jump shots. More in the right corner as he quickly does a volleyball set pass over to Russell, and Russell will percolate inside the lane. It will be hit inside of the free throw semicircle, and that is the 19th foul committed by the Raiders, and into the double bonus goes the Grizzlies. Baldwin picks up his second. He fouled out last game against Colgan. He was also the team's leading scorer, notching 12 points. Russell's free throw is no good, too strong.
Tanner Russell, the 5'11 senior, related to Tyler Russell, a former, I would say, Hall of Famer, broadcaster here at MyTown Media.
A good friend decided to pursue a different career path. Hopefully everything's working out for him. 21-12 is the score, a 9-point lead for the Grizzlies at home in a non-conference matchup against the Raiders. Dribbling with the ball from left to right is Wilbur. Wilbur with a little bit of space after the Ginnivan high ball screen is set. Wilbur unable to convert, and Wilbur has struggled slightly in this contest. He's 0-2 from inside 2-point range, 0-2 from deep, 0-4 overall. The right-hand floater from Russell does not go. More misses on the offensive rebound. Dean comes in with the offensive rebound as well. He loses it, and then it looks like Dean steps out of bounds. So it was a cluster over towards the baseline that results in a turnover by the Grizzlies. Pass midcourt is Ginnivan. He dribbles with his offhand. Brown has the ball holstered to his left hip with 3:20 remaining in the first half. Wilbur comes up on the right wing, delivers a strike to the right block. Ginnivan has it, using his left foot, spin around, goes baseline, right hand, poked up into the air by Dean. Looks with the offensive board, the reverse is no good. Ginnivan tries to come up with the offensive rebound, and it's a foul. I'm not sure who on, though. That will most likely be elaborated in a second.
They're going to call that one on Clayton Moore.
So Moore is the guilty verdict. He picks up his third foul of the ball game. And that is interesting because Ginnivan went over the back of Dean, and you would figure it would be an over-the-back call. With that, that's 18 fouls committed by the Grizzlies, which will place Ginnivan at the free throw line shooting a 1-and-1. His time as he's 1-2 in the contest. Ginnivan's free throw does not go. He goes 0-1 from the stripe in this contest, 1 of 3. Dean wasting no time from the high post, kicks it back out to Relaford. He thought that Wilbur would drape deeper inside the paint. It would be an open 3 for Relaford, who's now permeating inside the lane, working with the spear, kicking it out to the right corner for the 3-point jump shot that is off target was Jamison from Walters. So Jamison in the contest now 1-2 from deep in transition. Wilbur tries to spike the ball inside the lane. Instead, it's kicked back out to Ginnivan, and he knocks down the left wing 3. Ginnivan, that's his first 3 of the contest. 2 of 3 from the field in the ball game. He has 6 points. With the sphere is Russell. Left corner, Walters takes a dribble, sets himself the 3-pointer, leaves it just short. Rebounded by the recently subbed in Cleveland. Ball is stolen by Relaford, who has Wilbur on his hip. Right hand, chucked up shot, the ice cream scoop attempt by Relaford goes. Relaford now with 10 points in the ball game. It is 23-15. Grizzlies lead by 8. 2 minutes left in the first half. Wilbur going to work as he swiftly moves the ball over to the right wing. With the sphere currently is Cleveland. Cleveland looks for Ginnivan on the right elbow. Up big by Brown as he puts the ball to his left hip. Now dribbles with his left hand to his right hand with his compression shorts. Popping back up, asking for the basketball is Wilbur, but Ginnivan will orchestrate the traffic. The maestro goes to work, crosses over from right to left. He's inside the key, goes into the body of Dean. Misses his first attempt, tries to track down the rebound. He lets it go out of bounds, thinking it was touched by Altamont, but instead it will be touched by himself. It will be Grizzly basketball.
I tell you, Ginnivan is highly frustrated with that one. He could not believe that he was the last one to touch that one. Grizzly basketball, it's getting intense right before the end of half, Cam.
Ginnivan had 5 points Friday against Colgan. He was in foul trouble most of the contest. He's already at 6 tonight. Jameson, his 3 was barely challenged, and now a late call on the closeout attempt by Cale Franklin. Franklin put his hands up into Jamison's face and then started to box Jamison out. Pretty much what you were supposed to do. That was a typical defensive play, but the officials will make a late call, and it will be 3 free throws coming from Jameson, who in this contest is 1-2 from deep for 3 points.
Jamison is hurting. When he fell, he landed on his ankle awkwardly. He was limping to get to the free throw line, and he misses the first one. He is hurting, Cameron.
We've already seen 1 injury in this contest, and it is a positive sight. On the Raiders bench is Hayden Pyle. Pyle, the sophomore, left the game in the second quarter with an apparent leg injury, and instead it was Jamison with 2 free throws. Dean with the board. He'll foul away. Right hand hook goes. And Dean has been active on the glass tonight. He now has 5 rebounds, 2 of them offensive. Wilbur pushes the ball over to the left wing. With the sphere right now is Cleveland, and a whistle is blown on the far baseline. And it will be An offensive foul by Brock Ginnivan. That is his third foul. Even before the whistle is blown for the substitution, Ginnivan is off the floor. He is visibly frustrated as he's taking a towel and some water and trying to clean himself up slightly. Make sure he is refreshed. 10-point ball game. Grizzlies lead 25-15 under a minute remaining in the first half. Brown playing harassing defense against Relaford. Russell has the ball. Dishes it over to the right corner where Jameson's at. Jameson was wide over in the right corner. He didn't take the first shot. His second attempt, though, is off kilter. Rebound by Dean. Power dribble. Ball stripped loose. The scrum is on the floor. Battling for possession is Brown. Brown finally gets it to Brooks. Wilbur has it as he pulls the ball above the head of Dean. Numbers for the Raiders. Right corner. Brown. 3. No. Rebound. Brooks. Up. No. Rebound again. Trying to fight for possession is Franklin. Franklin pivot move. Kicks it out. Up fake. 25 seconds left in the first half. Brooks turned back. What an offensive stand by the Grizzlies. And then an offensive foul by the Raiders. What was a glittering opportunity with a 5-on-4 set with Dean trailing turns into an offensive foul by the Raiders and 2 free throws for Dean. That is the 11th team foul by the Raiders in the first half. The second on Franklin.
What a series of events that we just had right there, Cameron. That was intense.
A maelstrom of hurried up shots. No one was set. Everything was very, very hectic. Everyone just wanted to get a shot up. You do not slight or criticize Peyton Brown for taking a wide open corner 3, but Brooks with the board is deflected from behind, and then pivoting for about 2 seconds in the lane, almost for a 5-second call, was Franklin. 1 and 2 from the line goes Dean. Board is still loose. Last touch by the Raiders. It will remain Grizzly basketball.
And with 16 on the clock, you can assume the Grizzlies will get it in, and they might take this thing all the way down to the last shot.
What a turnaround in this second quarter by Labette County, the home team. In this second quarter, only 6 points scored by the Raiders. 17 points scored by the Grizzlies. Relaford can add to that total. 5 seconds left. Relaford working on Brown. Hop step in the lane. Right hand floater, and a foul is called. Coach Barcelona is screaming, absolutely irate. His veins went from blue to red as he was seething. And now a warning has been assessed by the officials directed at Coach Barcelona. And Wilbur is talking with the officials now. Officials are now moving through their respective positions. I think Coach Barcelona was still chirping at the other official, and one of the other referees on the court wanted to gain some separation between Coach Barcelona and the other on-court judge. Not that there would be anything physical occurring or any altercation in that, but you just never know. First free throw by Relaford does not go. 26-15 to score. 2 seconds to go in this first half of play. Second attempt, Relaford does not go. Rebound by Wilbur. He hoists it up, and the laser-like throw is no good. So at intermission, a convincing 26-15 lead by the Grizzlies as they put on a scoring exhibition in the second frame of action to now hold on to what is an 11-point lead at halftime. Talk about Easton Dean, 12 points, 5 rebounds in the first half of play, and then Javon Relaford, 10 points to his name as well. But rough free throw shooting tonight for both clubs. 9 of 19 in the contest. 9 of 21 in the contest for Labette County as they have struggled incredibly in this ball game. And for the Raiders, 4 of 11. This would be a far higher scoring contest if either side were able to convert. We will step aside for 2 minutes and bring you back the first half analysis and stats here in Altamont, Kansas. You're listening to Radio X 103.5, The Evolution, your home of Frontenac Athletics.
After 3 decades in business, Bittner Motors of Pittsburgh remains a local favorite.
Since 1945, Tri-State Building has been helping build the four-state area, providing quality construction services and dependability at competitive prices. Tri-State Building has a reputation as a general contractor and an authorized Butler builder, which holds experience, quality, and reliability above all other considerations. Tri-State Building has built a multitude of projects and is your full-service design build contractor that can take you from concept to grand opening. For an honest and proven contractor, call us, Tri-State Building.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburgh State University.
For 300,000 national and local discounts. Bazing also offers industry-leading identity theft protection, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, paying up to $200 for damaged phones, pharmacy, vision, and hearing savings. With Bazing checking, you get deals you want and protection you deserve. Stop by and ask us about Bazing at Labette Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Halftime festivities in Altamont, Kansas, where the Spirit team is performing an intricate dance. And just seeing all the cartwheels and acrobatics making me hurt just sitting down. So far, the Raiders have been hurting in this contest. Offensive ailments had prohibited them in the second quarter of play, en route to a 26-15 deficit at the break. A very welcome back to Altamont, Kansas, inside Labette County High School, alongside Avi Sharma with Taylor back at our 103.5 studios. I'm Cam Molina. Avi, in that first half, the Raiders extremely competitive in the first one of action. But then we saw Hayden Pyle, who was a great defensive deterrent in the post, be taken out of the game because of an injury. And then all of a sudden, everything just started to collapse. Dean had a lot of offensive rebounds for this Labette County team. Javon Relaford had wide open lanes to the basket. Defense was not present in the second quarter of play for this Frontenac team, and offensively, they just seemed very rushed.
Yeah, Cam, I think we have ourselves a pretty great matchup between the two of these guys, between Frontenac and Labette County, and a couple things to take away from that first half is obviously foul trouble. You cannot, it's going to come down on the wire when it comes to foul troubling now for the Raiders in the second half, as they struggled in the first half to stay clean, if you will. They made a lot of mistakes, can't have that, but you also saw the frustration with Coach Barcelona. He told us that these guys got to clean it up, can't have that. And then on the other side, if you're Labette County and you're getting fouled, you got to finish. You got to make it at the free throw line to get those points. I guarantee if Labette made more of their free throws, they'd be up even more double digits than they are right now.
9 of 21 from the free throw line in the first half of action. The Raiders have no pass, or will receive no pass in addition, as they were 4 of 11 from the free throw line themselves. Again, at intermission, it is 26-15. Let's go with the first half stats. Javon Relaford, 10 points, 12 points for Easton Dean, including 5 rebounds. Tanner Russell scoring a point, 1 rebound among other scorers. For the Raiders, 3 points for Blaine Baldwin off of the bench. He went 1 of 1 from the field and then 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Brock Ginnivan leads all Raiders with 6 points, 1 of 3 from 2-point range, 1 of 1 from deep, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, including 3 rebounds. 4 points for Peyton Brown, 4 points for Hayden Pyle prior to him exiting with a leg injury. He was favoring his right leg, which he was able to put weight on after a few minutes sitting down and talking with the training staff for Labette County and Frontenac. Noah Brooks has been marvelous off of the bench. He has 2 fouls, but his defensive intensity and presence down low on the post with that 6'5", 6'6" frame, long arms, stout body, only 2 points and a rebound, but his impact has been felt off the bench.
Yeah, I think Frontenac's doing a great job off the bench today. These guys are stepping up, and they're doing a great job. They just got to play better. They got to play smart, Cameron. That's the one thing that they're having problems with. And, you know, I can't say enough about Brock Ginnivan. He is a floor general out there. When he's got the basketball, he should be the center, but he's playing point guard out on the wing, calling the shots, and then once it is his time, he will get inside and get what he wants by scoring the basket.
Avi, despite the 11-point deficit on the scoreboard, it's not as if this Raider team is out of this contest. Again, in the first quarter of play, they led by 10-9. It was the second quarter where the offense began to stall, and in turn, it was a 17-5 advantage for the Grizzlies offensively and in the scoring column in that second period of play. What did they have to get back to in order to find that offensive success that they had generated in the first frame?
Gotta finish, Cameron. You gotta believe in your guys' shots and just finish. As we saw a couple times, Jake Wilbert, the senior, just came up down the floor and just jacked up a shot, didn't run the offense, and you saw Coach Marcelone and company get a little bit upset about that. They want to actually get into their offense and run it because that's what made them successful, and that's how they scored earlier on. And then also, if nothing works out, just give Ginnivan the ball. Ginnivan has been an effective monster down low, regardless on who's guarding him. It could be Easton Dean, it does not matter. Ginnivan has got what he wants.
A rowdy, rambunctious band section here at Labette County High School in the voluminous, quaking court here inside the confines of Grizzly Country will be brought right back to you after a 2-minute break. Grizzlies lead by 11 at the break, 26-15. We'll be back with the third quarter of play right after this.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at LaneLordBballCamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit LaneLordBballCamps.com.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Half a minute remaining before tip-off in this third quarter of play. Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you inside Labette County High School. The Raiders trail by 11 at intermission, but look to have a swing in their favor in the third quarter of play, bringing back Brock Ginnivan, who in the first half of play, 3 fouls on him. And in terms of foul trouble, there are several players on both sides, but affecting more so the Raiders as they had 13 team fouls in the first half of play. 2 against Baldwin, 2 against Franklin, 2 against Brooks, and 1 against Brown. So it will have to be a very vigilant, cognitive first 5 or 6 minutes of this third quarter for the Raiders to ensure that no one fouls and everyone stays on the court. A good sign is that Pyle is currently seated on a bench on the Raiders sideline with his leg on an incline in ice, so he will most likely be out the rest of the night as Relaford has the ball at the top of the key, crosses over left to right, right short corner, 2 sails on Walters for the third quarter's first shot.
Ginnivan goes on the break. He finds Wilbur, who double clutches and leaves the shot short. Offensive rebound by Brooks. He kicks it back out. Brooks begging for the basketball. He has a mismatch against Walters, but good help defense flash by Russell to edge the ball back out into the hands of Brown. Wilbur has it, left wing, looks for Ginnivan. Ginnivan will set a high ball screen on the left wing. Wilbur pulls up on the 2, and it is no good as it's off the left side of the iron. Rebound by Wilbur again. Wilbur will sling the basketball over with his left hand. So Wilbur already on this possession has missed 2 shots, but 2 offensive rebounds to the name of the Raiders. Left block, Ginnivan faces up, follow away 2. That one sails. Ginnivan nowhere in the area code on that free throw, or on that jump shot attempt. Relliver puts the brakes on, goes behind the back. Russell steps into a 3. Left side of the rim, no good. Brooks is able to come up with the rebound, and Brooks has been everywhere on that glass so far in this game. Brown transition 3, leaves it short. Second chance roll will force the ball to skim off the rim. Dean stopped in transition. Relaford kick out 3-pointer, no good. And the Grizzlies are settling early in this third quarter of play for deep shots. On the break, Wilbert is able to scorch past Relaford for the left-hand finish. And a good transition opportunity by Wilbert and company. 26-17 is the score. Dean, top of the key 3, elects not to shoot it as he quickly shimmies down inside the key following the pass to the right short corner where Walters is at. Left corner, Relaford has it with his wrist tape on both arms. Dean has it, right elbow, beautiful no-look pass, right short corner 2, leaves it in short is Walters. Walters with the offensive rebound right back to Dean. Dean swivels inside, dump off Anderson, inside right hand 2 goes. Anderson's first shot of the contest will go through. Dean picks up the assist. Patrolling near midcourt is Brown, awaiting the high ball screen. No one flashing up. Brook will set a cross screen for Wilbur. Now he will flash up as Wilbur will now go inside the lane. He torpedoes and draws contact and will head to the free throw line.
Seen a lot of drives by Wilbert in this third quarter alone. He is trying to get inside, and it seems that the Raiders are having good opportunities to make some shots. Peyton Brown, the senior, had a great one for 3, and it just didn't bounce in his favor.
So it will be Wilbert setting up at the free throw line. His first attempt will take a friendly Raider hop up the front of the rim to the back of the rim, off of the heel and down through the bottom of the net. Walters will sub out in favor of Moore, who has been a good defensive front court player for this Grizzly team, especially in the first half. It's the early going of the third quarter, 5:35 remaining in the third frame of action, 28-19 to score. Both free throws good from Wilbert. In transition is the Grizzly offense. Left wing is Russell. Russell has the ball well above his head looking for a baseball pass. He thought he had Dean at the high post, but instead will find Moore in the left corner. Moore up fakes. Now he has a cutting Relaford who curls around the left short corner. He'll elect to take the deuce. It's no good. Goes over the back of the backboard, and it will be Raider basketball. They trail by 9, 28-19, 5:14 remaining in the third. Brown inbound with the full court press shown. It's a 1-2 zone show that will quickly fade away as Ginnivan will handle the ball handling duties. Ball relocated to the right wing. After establishing himself, it will be Brown on the move. He's inside the horseshoe, but backs quickly back out. It's Watt. Looks slow for Ginnivan. Bad pass. Dean comes away at the steal and then somehow nudges it over to Anderson. It is Relaford. In and out move behind the back, trying to get Brown to slip with those hesitation crossovers. Russell stands outside the top of the arc, about 2 steps away. Moore will take 2 steps inside of the horseshoe to the right short corner, decides not to take a deuce. He'll set a high ball screen to the right of Relaford. Kick out left corner. Anderson decides not to take a wide open 3. Looking for a more high percentage shot. Dean flashes up to the high post. Great sniping throw from Relaford as he tried to find Moore, but an even better defensive reaction by Brooks as he's able to slap it away.
And like you mentioned, Cameron, Noah Brooks is stepping in, making some big-time minutes for this Raider team.
Dean in the right corner decides to push the ball to the right wing. Relaford interchanges with Dean, right corner 3 on a design inbound play. It is no good from Relaford. Brown will slow down the cadence of the offense following the Relaford 3. He is 1 of 3 from downtown in this ball game. Wilbert on the left wing. He dribbles with his right hand, crosses over in between his legs. He has Ginnivan. Left short corner 3-pointer is no good, but it's a rebound by Watts, the smallest man on the floor, but it's blocked by Dean subsequently. A good read by Dean. Dean behind the back move following the Watts block. Top of the key, it will be Relaford. Right corner 3. Russell, no. Moore tips it up. It does not go in, and it's off of the right knee of Moore. It will be Frontenac Raider basketball with 3:48 remaining in the third, a 9-point game. Subbing in will be Baldwin, who has 2 fouls, 3 points in the ballgame. Watt subs out. The senior will take to the bench. Ginnivan streaks a pass inbounds. Picking up his dribble is Baldwin. He had a transition 3 for Brown, and Brown sets himself as Moore closes out, and he's able to drill the trifecta. So Brown is able to hit his first trifecta of the ball game, and trying to respond is Anderson as he's inside the semicircle. Kick out, right short corner, Moore looking to dump it off to Dean. Dean following the pass to himself, gets it, tries to go with a spin, left-hand hook inside the key, misses. Ginnivan is able to beeline a pass over to Brown, who goes with another transition 3, this time from the opposite wing. That one is no-go. Now Russell moves, left-hand scoop, and he's fouled on his way to the rack. Russell did a great job of maneuvering his way towards the left side of the court and then streaking inside the lane to draw the contact.
And that's going to be a foul on Wilbert. I guess the only guy on the court that can foul. That was his first foul of the game for the Raiders.
Each team with 1 team foul, 3 minutes left in the third. 28-22 the score. Russell's free throw spins around the rim and then it falls off. That looked much like a dreidel. Garber will sub it now for the Grizzlies. At the stripe with his white Nikes is Russell. Staggered feet, right foot in front of his left. Squats down. On his tippy toes to flick the shot up, and it goes through. 2 of 4 from the free throw line for Russell in the ballgame. 3 minutes remaining in the third exactly. 29-22 the score, a 7-point differential on the scoreboard in favor of the home team, the Grizzlies. Relaford down in a defensive stance with his gray Labette County shorts. Ginnivan, power dribble inside the left block. He goes straight into the torso of Dean, who fell for the savvy up fake, and then a finesse inside, right hand, dominant hand floater that goes down through the bottom of the nylon for 2 points.
Smart move by Ginnivan. Just getting that pump. Once he saw his man in the air in Dean, he went and leaned into him, and way to finish.
Dean will pick up his second foul. Ginnivan converts the and one. That was much needed. 2 of 4 from the free throw line for Ginnivan. 2 of 5 from the field. 9 points, 3 rebound, and 1 timeout used by a displeased Brad Smith. His team, who led at halftime by 11, has seen the deficit cut to just 4. 29-25 the score. Raiders trail back in 30 seconds. Your home of Frontenac Athletics on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are driving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
More exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
Let's flash back to the second quarter of action. The Labette County Grizzlies were nearly neck and neck with the Raiders prior to them going on a 7-0 run. Well, let's fast forward to the third quarter. 2:48 remaining in the third frame of action. The Raiders respond in turn with a 10-3 run of their own. Score is now 29-25. Just a 4-point ball game. It was an 11-point advantage for the Grizzlies at halftime, as Relaford will have the ball in the backcourt and makes his way towards the front court of the Raiders. On your dial, the Grizzlies offense is going from right to left. Moore has it on the right wing. It will move the ball over to the left side of the floor where Russell's at. Russell will dribble with his right hand. He has the Spalding ball now officially in his right palm. Moore in the right short corner looks up, and as he peeks up, he finds Relaford. Relaford near midcourt. He'll dribble with his right hand. Hesitation move. Back step crossover. He has Russell top of the key once more. Russell will step through from the triple threat formation. He has Garber in the left corner. Garber will pick up his dribble. Relaford up fake after the head fake. A beautiful layup attempt as Relaford hung in the air with his Superman cape and finished. Wilbur spin in the lane in transition. Hoists it up high off the window. Kisses the square and down through the bottom of the net. Wilbur now with 6 points in the contest. 31-24 the score. Back to a 4-point game. Raiders wasting no time. Grizzlies lethargic, getting back defensively. And a three-point jump shot falls for Nick Harper in the left corner. And wow, Ginnivan dared Nick Harper to shoot that left corner three, and Nick Harper said, hey, I'll take that, thank you very much. 7-point ball game. Flashing over from the left block all the way over to the far side block. The right block is Baldwin. With the ball is Brown. Brown trying to conduct traffic. Flashing up is Baldwin, who stands at only 6 feet 2 inches, attacking baseline. Called for a travel now is Ginnivan. And Ginnivan not pleased with the decision as he has a few words to say following the call. Moore inbounding the ball quickly. Relaford will jaunt up the court after a swift canter. Dribbling the ball with his left hand is Relaford inside of Nick Harper. He wraps around, bounce pass to Dean, but it's a travel. Nick Harper dragged his pivot foot, which was his left leg. 34-27 at the score, a 7-point lead for the Grizzly. Brown talking with Baldwin in the backcourt, and Baldwin is smiling on his way up, so you know he's having fun in this contest. The junior has notched 3 points in the ballgame. Right corner is Brooks. Brooks not going to take the three-pointer. Ball worked around the horn, left corner. Three-point jump shot is up, knocked down from the hot-handed Wilbur. Ball rebounded by Williford. He has great speed, right-handed, no foul called. Rebound by Brown, numbers for the Raiders. 3-on-2, Wilbur goes into Dean, and a beautiful scoop shot from Jake Wilbur. 8 points for Wilbur in the contest, and he's really turned it on in this third period of action. 34-29 is the score. Left corner three, and again. Now we have a back and forth affair as Nick Harper is able to sink the trifecta. 4 of 8 from deep are the Grizzlies. An 8-point contest. Labette County leads over the Raiders, who are on the road. 20 seconds left in the third. Left corner, Brooks will hoist up a trifecta. He leaves it short as it careens off the left side of the rim. Rebounded by Russell, who is able to scoop up his third rebound of the game. Left short corner, 2 by Nick Harper, does not go. Dean with the board. He was well over the back of Brooks. And now after 2 offensive rebounds, Dean picks up a third offensive rebound, and then Brooks runs into Dean, and a foul is called. Coach Barcelona is irate. Absolutely irate. And for a fair cause, as Dean was absolutely over the back of Brooks. Dean's first free throw is good, however. He is now 6 of 9 from the stripe. He will try his 9th and 10th attempt tonight. Dean is second. 7 of 10 from the line. 14 points for Dean in the ball game. Brooks has 3 fouls. Speaking of which, 3 seconds in the third. Wilbur heaves at half court, nowhere near the jurisdiction of the rim. So, after 3 quarters of play, it's 39-29, and a great run from this Grizzly team. A 10-4 run to close out the third quarter of play. And heading into the fourth, it is 39-29. We'll be back with the climatic fourth quarter of action here on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
1 quarter left to play from Labette County High School. Cam Molina, Avi Sharma with you. The Raiders trail on the road 39-29. The Raiders midway through the third quarter of play with 2:38 exactly went on a 10-3 run. But then, following a timeout used by Coach Smith, it was a 10-4 run by the Grizzlies, hence the 10-point lead on the scoreboard. Wilbur and Brown hand off the basketball, and now trying to stretch out the court will be Brown. He looks for Wilbur. High post is Baldwin still. Baldwin flashes up. He wants the 3. Instead, he'll work it over to Brown. Brown, head fake to the left corner. Ginnivan, right wing, trying to size up 2 defenders. Baldwin again. Baldwin looks low. Power dribble up. Brooks +1 added to his tab. Noah Brooks has played phenomenally tonight in a pinch-hitting effort. Kyle left in the second quarter with an apparent leg injury as he is still sidelined with ice on his right ankle. And Brooks has done a lot of the dirty work in the post. Moore picks up his 4th foul.
And Cameron, one thing that Frontenac did in that third quarter was discipline-wise, 2 fouls team-wise in that third quarter. So keep that in mind.
Brooks converts the +1 opportunity. The Raiders now 8 of 15 from the free throw line. Relaford finds Dean, who flips it back to Russell. Russell with the ball well above his head, now facing a 2-1-2 zone. Russell dribbling with his left hand, trying to break down the zone. Left corner. Nick Harper, who had 2 threes in that third corner, hesitates. Relaford has the ball following the wraparound dish off from Russell. Great skip pass. Walters, Russell, Nick Harper, wide open left corner. 3. Nick Harper is having a splendid outing. 3 of 3 from downtown. 9 points. And the Raiders daring him to shoot. Nick Harper stepping up to the plate and hitting home runs. 42-32 the score, under 7 minutes remaining in the ballgame. Brooks flashes up to the top of the key. He'll throw a bullet over to the right corner where Wilbert's at. Brown, Wilbert, who chucks up a 3, cannot respond. Brooks tips the ball up and an over-the-back call. Coach Barcelona muttering underneath his breath. He is not pleased with the call. That is the 4th on Brooks. 13th foul on the Raiders, a 10-point ball game. Grizzlies lead at home. A lot of red and yellow onlookers in the stands, all back with the backdrop of red and yellow banners from teams of years past for the Grizzlies. Relaford, that would have been an NBA-range 3-point jump shot if he had taken it from the left wing. Wilbert reads a pass, and he's able to slap it up into the air before Avi Sharma saves me following an errant ball that came flying towards our media table.
It's too bad they didn't get to see that on camera, Cameron. That was pretty cool.
You got some good hands. You got some good hands there, I'll have to admit. Try out for the Chiefs.
Nah, I don't want to
beat out anyone there. Russell dishes it out left corner. Dean sizing up on Brooks. Left hand, beautiful sweeping hook shot coming from Dean, who is now inside of the paint. 3 of 4. He has 16 points in the timeout used by Coach Barcelona. 44-32 is the score. The Grizzlies a 12-point lead. We will take a break along with the teams on the floor. Back in 30 seconds with your home of Frontenac Athletics on the Radio X station 103.5 The Evolution.
From scoring the winning touchdown to walking in graduation, life is full of wonderful moments. But the best times can come with financial challenges, like paying for college or a room renovation. This is Brian Sutton, Market President of Commerce Bank in Pittsburgh. At Commerce, we make the harder stuff easy. Whatever the challenge is, we want to listen and help find solutions, so you can focus on the good stuff, like cheering on your favorite team. Check us out at commercebank.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter for tips on making the most of life. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted.
Back to action with Frontenac Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5 The Evolution.
Fan section currently ecstatic, as well as the Grizzlies boys basketball team. They lead by 12 points, 44-32 in the limelight of this contest. 6 minutes to go. Winner take all. Coach Barcelona just using a timeout will now hopefully leave his boys in good hands to execute on this upcoming offensive sequence. Wilbur has it in the backcourt, about 3 steps away from the half-court line. Standing on the mustard-yellow Grizzly paw at center court will be Wilbur. Baldwin goes with an in-and-out move. Ginnivan, top of the key, hesitates on the 3. Dean tracking Ginnivan, who goes with a head fake and then leans in for the 2-pointer and converts. Ginnivan now 50% from the field, 3 of 6 in the contest, 11 points. Relaford, double clutch reverse layup, my goodness! The high-flying acrobatics and the hangman in Relaford. Relaford 3 of 3 from inside the horseshoe in this contest. Up fake for Wilbur, fall away right short corner 2. That looked like a professional move as Wilbur is shooting 50% as well. 4 of 8, he has 10 points. Relaford crossing over in between his legs twice. A trailing Dean. Ginnivan comes out to contest. Dean elects not to shoot as he gives it right back to his point guard. Grizzlies have a 10-point lead, 46-36, and it seems that every time the Raiders score, the Grizzlies have a rebuttal. Dean spins around both Brooks as well as Ginnivan. Walters travels at the top of the key as he tried to dive inside of the lane. He took a step before he dribbled.
And Cameron, remember, Noah Brooks has 4 fouls for this Frontenac Raider offense now. Be careful of that.
He is the last line of defense in that post area. Ginnivan, right wing, kicks it out. He has Baldwin. Baldwin quickly shimmies it over to Ginnivan on the right wing. Baldwin head fake trying to shirk off Negarbert, and instead he gives it up to Ginnivan. Left corner, Wilbur attacks. Right short corner goes baseline, and it looks like he may have been blocked. He was. It was by Walters. That is Walters' 3rd, team's 4th foul. Inbounding will be Wilbur from the right side of the hoop. Brooks on the inbounds play tries to go with the lob over the head of Dean. The touch shot does not fall. Brooks missing his first shot from inside in this ball game. It should be his second shot from inside in this ball game. He is 2 of 4. Relaford working with the spear, goes inside, and how about that? Not only does Relaford shred the interior of the Raiders D, but he draws a foul against who? Brooks. And his evening is done. He has been a great support man, filling in for Hayden Pyle. But now his evening is finished. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 of 3 from the line, 2 of 4 from inside the horseshoe, 0 of 1 from deep. And that will prompt Cleveland, the 6-foot junior, to come out onto the court. So all size is off the table for Frontenac, and we will most likely see a permanent switch to the zone, Avi.
Yeah, and I mean, the only big guy now is Ginnivan. He is 6'4", and he's going to have to match up against Dean, as Dean's going to be the big guy in the paint that they're probably going to feed with 5:44 on the clock.
Relaford completes the end, 1-4, 10 from the free throw line, 15 points in the game. Right wing 3, Watts leaves it short as it shimmies off the rim, rebounded by Relaford. Relaford has been demonstrative, making a statement in this contest with his 15 points. Relaford goes into the chest of Ginnivan. There was a foul prior to him percolating inside of the key. Either way, it will be on the shot, supposedly. So 2 shots for Relaford. 13 of 24 from the free throw line is Labette County. Relaford 4 of 10 himself. High arcing free throw, bounces off the front of the orange and careens to the right side of the rim, picked up by the official underneath the basket. Anderson will sub in for Walters, who has 3 fouls in the ballgame. Second shot for Relaford is also no good, too strong as it squirts out. Ginnivan galloping in transition, wasting no time as he interchanges with Baldwin. Baldwin working with the sphere right back to Ginnivan. He thought about shooting a 3, but did not like the look as Dean closed out quickly. And a foul on Relaford, who's not pleased with the decision. 15th foul committed by the Grizzlies. Second on Relaford. He's in no danger of leaving this ball game. 3:50 left in the contest. 49-36 is the score. 3-pointer for Wilbur. He leaves it quite a bit short of the bottom of the net. Rebound offensively by Cleveland. And then Cleveland is fouled on the floor. 16th foul now by the Grizzlies.
You're hearing it from Coach Smith on the Grizzlies sideline. He is over there saying, move your feet, quit reaching. And that's exactly what the Grizzlies are doing as they're playing a little bit of lazy defense that Coach Smith does not want to see.
Cleveland inbounds over to the left corner where Ginnivan is located. Top of the key is Baldwin. He goes with an up fake. Watts has it right wing, looks to the left wing. Instead, Watts will take it inside, and a late foul is called, and there is the 2-point opportunity for Watts. But wide open on the left wing was Wilbur, who was ready to uncork a trifecta. Watts heads to the free throw line. No points in this contest. His first free throw is good. He's more of a distributor in this ballgame.
And big free throws here by Watts. Got to make these right now. You're down by 12. Going to need these baskets, so they're going to have to pick up the pace.
Beautiful stroke from Watts, and he narrows the score to 49-38, an 11-point lead for the Grizzlies. But is it too late? 3:30 left in the contest. Coach Barcelona will use a timeout. We will take one with them back in 30 seconds with your home of Frontenac Athletics.
Having a confident smile can change everything, and Invisalign makes that decision easy because you can have a stunning smile without most people even knowing you're going through treatment. Saya Smile Center is proud to be a premier provider of Invisalign. Your Invisalign treatment will consist of a series of aligners that you switch out every 2 weeks. Each aligner will gradually shift your teeth perfectly into place, giving you the smile you always dreamed of. Call Saya Smile Center today for your no-cost consultation. Saya Smile Center, 4095 Parkview Drive in Frontenac, 620-231-7242.
And now, more exciting Raiders basketball action on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
11-point game here in Altamont, Kansas. Grizzlies lead it 49-38. Avichar McCann-Molina with you in the twilight of this contest now. The Grizzlies playing keep away with Russell near midcourt, and it looks like Baldwin is trying to foul. Dean has it. Right elbow ball poked loose. Diving for it is Cleveland. Ball is still loose. Relaford comes up with it and is fouled. That's exactly who the Raiders want to foul, as Javon Relaford, despite having 15 points in this contest, is 4 of 12 from the free throw line. That was the 6th team foul committed by the Raiders. Anderson will inbound as he finds Relaford in the backcourt and wanders to the front court of play. Press being shown. Anderson, left corner, does not shoot the 3 ball. Instead, it will be right back to Relaford, who works it outside of the key. All outside of the arc as well. Now diving inside is Nick Harper as he finds a cutting Anderson left short corner. Over to Relaford, his 3 off to the right side of the rim. Rebounded this time by Cleveland. Cleveland now has 2 rebounds, and the Raiders are trying to push the envelope and go inside, and found on his way to the basket was Watts, who will take a trip to the charity stripe. First foul committed in the contest by Nick Harper, who has 9 points, and he's been dared 3 times tonight to shoot wide open left corner 3s. He said all 3. The Raiders have learned their lesson, have since then closed out, but he was one of the catalysts for this turning of the tides between 2:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter when it was a 4-point game to the 10-4 run heading into the 4th quarter by the Grizzlies. Relaford following the free throw, dropping by Watts as he went 1 and 2 from the charity stripe. Dumps it off to the right wing. Now over to the left wing where Russell's at. Back to Relaford, who stands in front of the student section. Just skip passes in between the top 2 guards in Russell and Relaford. Ginnivan comes out to contest with 2:15 left in the ball game, and it looks like the Raiders are pretty gassed. They're working with a short bench. They have maybe 2 more guys at their disposal. Pyle injured in the 2nd quarter. He has ice on his right ankle. And then for Noah Brooks, he fouled out early on in this 4th quarter of play. Dean open in the post, and he's fouled.
Yeah, that was Wilbert guarding him, and that was an obvious decision there, as there's no way Wilbert was going to win that matchup.
So a cerebral decision by Wilbert. He picks up his 3rd foul, the team's 7th. So now the bonus goes to the Grizzlies, but it will be 2 free throw attempts for Dean, who has been efficient as he attempts his 11th and 12th free throw on the night. Knocks down the first shot as he is 8 of 11. He will remain at 8 makes, but he will have 12 attempts. Tracking down the ball is Brown, and he's fouled from behind by Relaford. So it will be Brown going to the free throw line. And the Raiders, much like the Grizzlies, have struggled from the free throw line. Both teams shooting under 60%, 50% exactly for the Grizzlies on 14 of 28 shooting. And for this Raiders team, 57% shooting on 11 of 19 from the line.
Yeah, not a foul you wanted to make right there. If you're Relaford and company, that was not the best decision here, as Frontenac could potentially get 2 freebies right here with 2 minutes left on the clock as they miss.
So Baldwin leaves the free throw short. He's attempted his first 3 free throws of the season tonight against this Grizzly club. 11-point game, under 2 to go in the contest. Frontenac trying to avoid dropping to 0-2 to begin the season. Skip pass. Over from the right corner from Nick Harper over to Relaford. Russell has it. He switches over to the left corner. Anderson in trouble, and the ball is jarred loose in a foul. It is the 4th foul committed in the ball game, or excuse me, third foul committed in the ball game by Watts.
Missed free throw.
So the free throw does not go down for Anderson, and in transition, Brown will put the brakes on. He swivels around. He will find Baldwin, who travels. And Coach Barcelona still grieving right now on the sideline, talking with the officials about all the missed calls in this contest. Left wing is Russell, about 4 steps away from the arc. Relaford near midcourt, nearly tiptoes backwards for a backcourt violation, and then Nick Arbor is fouled in the right corner. And the Frontenac players are saying that he stepped out of bounds or it was a tie-up, and the officials are saying it is a foul. The officials will confer to decide whether it was a tie-up or a foul, and it seems to be more in favor of a jump ball. No, it will be called a foul. It is on Watts, his 4th. Team's 9th. Let's see if Nick Arbor is able to knock down the free throws. Everyone is at near midcourt, so was it a technical? As the first free throw is no good. I never saw the signal for a technical, though.
I saw him cross his arms as an X. Intentional?
It must have been intentional. Second free throw, Nick Arbor does not go as he goes 0-2 from the stripe. And it will be Labette County basketball once more as their free throw percentage dips under 50. Inbounding from the far sideline will be Anderson as he finds Relaford about 2 steps away from the timeline. Near the equator is Relaford. And Coach Barcelona ready to put in his other members of the second unit. And a foul on the floor. And it will now be Relaford going to the free throw line. Set to check in will be Franklin. Jace Beckman for the first time this evening in Cleveland with 1 minute left in the ball game. And it will be 2 free throws, for Anderson, not Relaford. Anderson 0 of 1 from the stripe tonight. Anderson's free throw is good. Subs come in now. Wilbert subs out, as does Brown and Ginnivan. So all the primary starters come out, and Brown is visibly angry with the outcome as he mutters under his breath, hangs his head low, and then some hard high fives to the rest of his bench. More subs come in. This time Labette County parries as Riley Sorrell checks in, and subbing out will be Dean. No standing ovation, but he did finish with 17 points, 19 rebounds, and an assist. And great effort defensively. Second free throw, Anderson, good. He's 2 of 3 from the line of the contest. He has 4 points in the ball game. Dribbling with the ball will be Baldwin, kicks it out. Left wing 3 from Watts is good. Watts probably could have used that earlier in the contest with 50 seconds left of the 10-point game. Relaford. Midcourt will just start to run out the clock. Crosses over from left to right, trying to get Watts on his heels. Watts playing good defense. Over to the right wing, and it's poked loose by Cleveland, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Raiders. It will be Russell basketball, rather, it will be Labette County basketball. No, and Russell was fouled. I beg your pardon. I did not think the contact was made by Cleveland. The ball was in the air. He jumped in front of it to read it and had a hand on it. Russell's free throws, he sets waist level. About 2 feet away from him is the ball, and then tosses up the shot, and it's no good.
I tell you, the woes continue at the free throw line for this Labette County team. That's definitely, they caught a break with the up by 10 right now, because if they needed those free throws in the game, it would have hurt them.
35 free throw attempts in the contest for the Grizzlies. 30 ticks left in the ball game, and the Raiders will drop to 0-2 on the season. Right hand hook slash floater on the move from Baldwin is no good. After not converting will be Relaford, who will take his time walking back, and Coach Barcelona will wave the white flag and tell his boys to drop back. Final score will be 53-42, barring any shenanigans on the court. and the Grizzlies will win by double digits, the second double-digit loss this season out of 2 games. So not much of a sample size, but this Frontenac team devastated by the injury to Hayden Pyle in the second quarter. Noah Brooks fouling out, and then shooting from the free throw line was tough, 11 of 20. It's also difficult to stop length inside as Dean Easton wrapped up tonight with 15 points, 9 rebounds. The in-and-out action also resulted in Javon Relaford finishing with 15 points and a rebound. Again, final score 53-42. We will take a 2-minute commercial break. Bring you back one last time to Altamont, Kansas. Go over the final statistics and a preview to Friday's matchup. You're listening to the home of Frontenac Athletics on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburgh State University.
Every 4 years, the fastest and strongest among us come together to determine who's the best in the world. At Frank Fletcher Toyota, we invite you to run through the tape.
The best-selling Toyota RAV4 leaves the competition in the dust. Drive away a brand new Toyota RAV4 for as little as $24,997 or get 0.9% financing for 72 months.
And every Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our 24-month complimentary maintenance plan. The best deals on the best cars in America.
Only at Frank Fletcher Toyota, Joplin.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
An 11-point with brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Oakley, and Ray-Bans. What else would anyone want? Don't forget, we have Royals gear and NFL apparel for the entire family at Jock Stitch Sporting Goods. Plenty of stocking stuffers from Pitt State to KU to all local area high schools in downtown Pittsburgh and Parsons at Jock Stitch Sporting Goods. Stop in today to get all your Christmas shopping done.
You got the sports look of today. Sporting goods from Jock Stitch.
And now, back courtside with more Raiders basketball on Radio X 103.5, The Evolution.
And we welcome you back to Altamont, Kansas one last time. Cam Molina, Avi Sharma with you. Taylor back at our 103.5 studios. The Raiders on the road lose a decisive contest. Final score 53-42. A lot of effort exuded by this Raiders team. They led through one quarter of action, 10-9. Second quarter was a different story, however, as Labette County went on a 7-0 run late in the second quarter of play, 26-15 at break. The Raiders would battle back, go on a 10-3 run of their own, all the way to the 2:38 mark in the third quarter. A 4-point ball game at that time, 29-25. But then the script flipped. A 10-4 run, by the Grizzlies made it a 39-29 lead for Labette County after 3 quarters of play. And then the fourth quarter of action, Frontenac could not find any sort of offensive vein to draw from and ultimately faltered in this contest by 11. Let's quickly go over the stats, beginning with the Raiders. 3 points for Baldwin, 6 points for Watts. He hit a 3-pointer at the very end of the game. Wilbur with 10 points on a 4 of 9 shooting effort from inside of the arc. 0 of 2 from deep, in total 4 of 11. 11 points from Brock Ginnivan, including 3 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from deep, 3 of 6 from inside of the paint. Made some very savvy moves against a talented Easton Dean, the center/forward for this Grizzly team. 3 points for Brown, 4 points for Pyle, 5 points for Brooks. Pyle was the real game changer in this contest, not so much because of his scoring ability, but more so his defensive presence and grittiness down low on the post, which was sorely missed after he left the ball game midway in the second quarter with a leg injury. His right ankle was taped up with ice and was elevated throughout a majority of the second half. Noah Brooks filled in valiantly. He wrapped up with 5 points, 4 rebounds before fouling out of the ball game. And then the real scores came in for Labette County in the second half of play as Relaford dropped 15 on the head of the Raiders, 4 of 4 from inside of the arc. Some beautiful acrobatic layups. Good showmanship on his part. 4 points for Keyshawn Anderson, 3 points for Russell, 17 points, 9 rebounds for Easton Dean, 9 points for Alex Nigarber, and then 3 points for Jameson. He went 1 and 2 from downtown. The real story over the last 2 games, the Raiders have conceded 66 free throw opportunities to opponents, Avi. That is an outlandish number, and their opponents in total have made 37 free points.
Yeah, we noticed it today, how much free throw opportunities Labette County have, but they could not execute. Like I said, Cameron, they're lucky that this game didn't come down to the very end where they had to make free throws, because I don't think they would have made it. But it was a back and forth battle throughout the game. You know, I think if Frontenac didn't have the miscues that they had, a couple sloppy turnovers, the injuries, and the foul trouble, this would have been a lot closer game than what it looked like, even though it turned out to be an 11-point defeat.
53-42 the final score. The Raiders dropped to 0-2 on the season for second-year head coach Ryan Barcelona. He and his club will take to the road to Carthage, Missouri, and will play Friday in a boys-only contest, as the girls will not be playing in Carthage. Well, that wraps it up from 103.5. From Avi Sharma Taylor back at our Radio X 103.5 studios, I've been Cam Molina. The Raiders lose on the road in a non-conference contest, 53-42. Thank you so much for listening tonight. We will see you Friday. Have fun and be safe.
The City of Frontenac is a proud supporter of Frontenac High School athletics and academics. The City of Frontenac was founded in 1886 and is home to just over 3,100 residents. Frontenac citizens